Work. It is Thursday night, and you know what that means. The knuckleheads are in the building. Your boy Toe Tags, as always, we here. It's WrestleMania done came and gone. Monday night after WrestleMania done came and gone. We got big news from WrestleMania, from AEW, from Ring of Honor. We got a lot to talk about. We gonna get into that shit. Believe that. Lay's on the way. Gigi's on the way. Show. No one know, but he might be on the way also. But we live, baby. We live. We had NXT 2.0, the Hall of Fame. We had what's going on, Lay? Lay's in the building, everybody. I'm just doing the rundown. So on Friday we had the Hall of Fame. On Saturday we had NXT 2.0, Stand and Deliver, and then Saturday night we had WrestleMania Night 1. Then Sunday night we had WrestleMania Night 2. And then Monday we had Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. We also had Dynamite. We had Ring of Honor. We had GCW. We had major news, major signings, major this weekend of wrestling was filled. I don't want to say action packed because we're gonna get into that. At least on the WWE side, we're definitely gonna get into that shit. It's full of news, and we out here, knuckleheads. What's going on? Like, how's everything with you, brother?
Good, man. Can't complain, bro. Good. Have some thoughts on WrestleMania. So, the super card for Ring of Honor. You know what I'm saying? Dynamite 2, which had an amazing tag team match, which should be fun.
Right? Oh yeah. I just finished watching that tag team match. That shit was dope. It was dope, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I have opinions. Everyone heard our opinions on Cody Rhodes, but I have more opinions after the little bit of press conference that I was able to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we'll get into that shit also. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely get into that shit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Monday Night Raw just felt like it was WrestleMania again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just had similar matches from WrestleMania, and it was 3 hours of nothing.
It was a filler episode, bro.
Yeah, I watched AEW Dynamite just now, and I'm like, yo, damn. But I'm like, damn, son, mad shit happened, and it's only been an hour and 15 minutes. More shit happened in that hour and 15 minutes than in the 3 hours of Raw.
Agreed.
I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? But, yo, big news. Samoa Joe is All Elite. He's in Ring of Honor. And he said he's coming for titles. He's like, I'm not doing this bullshit like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to make anybody better. I'm here for titles. The belt collector has come to collect in AEW.
Yeah.
What's going on, Pro? Pro is in the building, in the chat, like always. Fire fucking videos he's making. You know what I'm saying? Keep a lookout for my man, Pro.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. That shit, bro. I want to ask you, and we already spoke about this, but what was your favorite night of the weekend?
Probably night 1 because of the Stone Cold thing, you know, really night 2 because the tag team, the triple tag team match, the Jackass thing, the Pat McAfee. Funny because honestly, I was thinking like celebrities did better than the pro wrestlers.
Yeah, it was weird.
Which is strange to say, but I really did enjoy Belair and Becky did an amazing job.
Yes, they did.
Mostly Belair. Amazing works they did. Huge fan of that. Stone Cold, of course, the first night, but yeah, I would have to say the second night. And I was not overly impressed by the main event at all.
No, I wasn't either. There's speculation that was supposed to be 10 minutes extra to that match, but when Roman got hurt, you know, they cut it short and shit. But you know,
notable there.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. You know, there's pictures out, and I get it. And if he's hurt, hey, man, more power to him. But there's also like, yo, my man, I've had shoulder surgery. You know, I had shoulder problems. And if his shit was dislocated and Rome and Brock's doing all this shit, my man didn't show 1 ounce of pain, bro. Not 1 ounce of pain. Like, he got to be the toughest man alive. I said this on the Raw fucking watch along. My man has to have more, like, better fucking pain neglection than Hardcore Holly. Like he's got to be way tougher than Hardcore Holly because Hardcore Holly broke his forearm in the match and kept wrestling.
Yeah.
But he acknowledged, he's like, "Yo, my shit's fucked up, but I'm gonna try." Roman was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna spear you 6 more times with the shoulder." Like, there was no bullshit. He's not bullshitting nobody in this one.
Yeah. I mean, for a match that was hyped, that's the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. It was pretty much a shorter version of the match they always have.
Yes.
Except this time Roman wins.
Yeah, and I even said it in the group chat while we was watching WrestleMania in the group chat. I'm like, "Yo, this match looks very familiar."
Yeah, when you said it, I was like, "Exactly." It looks. I agree. Very familiar. I was like, "This is their formula match down to a T."
Yeah, I was like, "Yo, there's nothing different," and I would have loved to seen something different between Brock and Roman. In all honesty, like I would have loved to see Roman, come in with his cool shit and Brock just like fucking wrestles him. Like, like you forget that I'm a fucking UFC heavyweight champion and a 2-time NCAA champion. Like I'm a Division I champion. Like you're forgetting all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not just some dude that's gonna suplex you. I can, but let me out wrestle you. And then it throws Roman off, and like Roman has to change his game plan, and we're not seeing a spear through the fucking guardrail. Which, if I'm not mistaken, didn't fucking Johnny Knoxville like kick that shit over or something?
I think so.
Someone kicked that shit over, and at that point, I was like, "All right, it's no longer impressive when someone gets speared through it." It's like if my man can huff and puff and blow that shit down, it's no longer impressive when someone gets through it. But Harris goes, "I can't wait for Elias to come back so he can team up with his brother Ezekiel and win the tag team titles." That would be the that would be the first ever time somebody had, like, he's not a twin, but he's 2 different brothers.
It's funny because he looks so, I'm not gonna say dumb, but he looks just unusual without his beard.
Yeah, and that attire doesn't help.
No.
That pink don't work for his skin tone. I'm just saying, man. I'm not like a fucking somebody that goes around like critiquing fashion or nothing, but I see what I see, and that ain't for it. Like, it ain't working with him. That whole shit ain't working with him.
Agreed.
Like, I don't know what he's going for, but Rick the Model Martel wants that color back.
Absolutely.
Like, seriously,
they would have came out with a thing like that. I would have been even more impressed.
Yeah,
bring back a gimmick like that, because that's a great gimmick. But you got to have a face for it. He doesn't have the face for that gimmick.
Yeah. You have a certain amount of class and voice to be the model. You know what I'm saying?
As the Europeans say, you got to be posh.
Yeah.
But, I didn't know about it until you guys said it, because I do my best not to watch Raw. Yeah. And all of a sudden I see it and I'm like, it's LA Knight.
Yo,
let me talk to you. That's what I saw.
Yo, not for nothing. When it first hit the music and I saw Ezekiel on the screen, I was like, Ezekiel Jackson's back. And then the white guy comes out. Who the fuck is this? And then I'm looking. I'm like, I'm seriously like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, yo, that's Elias. What'd they do to his face? Why did they do that to his face? Like, he could have still like trimmed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have a big ass bushy beard and you trim it, it also makes you look different.
Mm-hmm. You actually look like you've lost weight.
Yeah. But crazy. No. We gotta cut it all off and leave the hair the same. Like, don't even dress up the hair to put it in a ponytail, make him look clean. Nope. They just shaved. They were like, yo, sit down. We got an idea for you.
You look like Eugene. Remember Eugene? It's fucked up. He had that. I was like, but it's funny when Kevin Owens goes, Elias? Kevin Owens even says, like, Elias?
I'm not Elias. You're Elias. I'm not Elias. What's going on, Kenny? Kenny from the Call Up in the building, everybody.
I agree with Harris. I hope we don't see Roman and Brock Lesnar again. I've had enough. Yeah. Well, you gotta, honestly, Harris, you gotta talk to the Call Up, because he's a Brock boo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is true.
I love Brock, man.
Yeah, this is true.
If you the last If I'm not mistaken, the last Raw watch along, he had the flannel shirt, the belt. He was rocking his best Brock attire. He didn't
Yep.
get the cowboy hat, but he was close enough.
Yeah, it's true.
And there's no lines because it's recorded.
Yeah, live
Yeah.
and in living color.
Yes.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. I agree with Harris 100%. I don't want to see. I don't care if it's Drew McIntyre again or Seth. Anybody but Brock.
At this point, yeah. It's like you said. This is the biggest WrestleMania, event of history. Is the biggest match. This is a fucking rematch essentially.
Yeah.
So, like, this is the fourth rematch anyway, and this is the biggest one in the world. You can't get no bigger than that. It's like if Edge and Randy Orton were to wrestle again, like you already had the greatest match in the history of matches, from Backlash. Like, there's nothing else you can do. Go your separate ways.
Or remember, we had the once in a lifetime twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. With Benoit, that was with Benoit, the lightning in a bottle shit.
The once in a lifetime was a Rock and Cena.
Oh yeah. Back to
Then we
back.
had it again. I was like, no. Once in a lifetime means you do it once and it goes away.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Like to me, it could have went either way, because you can have Roman Reigns, continue his storyline and set at the table, or you could have Brock Lesnar, run the gamut, and whoever comes out big, and then have Roman step away for a while or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, for the presidency he has set and the way he elevated SmackDown and WWE during the pandemic and everything, I think having him would have had him lose, it would like hinder his character somewhat. You know what I mean? Like but if you would have, because it probably would have been like he would have lost and it would have kept him there. I'd have like, that's not smart. I would have been what you said. Have him go away. Maybe he got injured during it.
Yep.
Or
you could. I don't know how you're into New Japan Pro Wrestling a couple years ago, but my brother was telling me that Okada, he lost the IWGP Championship at Wrestle Kingdom, and ever since he lost it, the storyline was he felt like he needed the title to be the Rainmaker. So he went on the quest of finding himself again, and you see him like questioning everything he's doing and all that other shit. If you're not gonna send Roman away, you can do that. Like have him like lose all this confidence, and it's almost like Brock Lesnar had the biggest swerve on Roman because Paul Heyman was really with Brock Lesnar the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And like the Usos turned on him. Now the Usos are with Brock, and then Roman like he's down in the dumps and he got his confidence back up, and that's how you would make him a face again, like the cool face type shit. But it makes more sense for Roman to win. But like I said, if Brock would have won, it's not like he's not a credible champion.
Yeah, but the problem is with Brock is, will he stick around long enough?
No.
That's a problem with Brock. That's a problem with Brock. You can't, no matter what the call-up says, you can't depend on him for a year.
No.
He'll be here, he'll be here for 4 months, maybe 5. He ain't making 6. I tell you right now.
And he won't be on Raw.
Consistent.
And he won't be on Raw. All right, so essentially, Monday Night Raw has lost their champion.
Yes, absolutely.
They've lost their champion. They lost their champion when Brock won the title because Brock was on SmackDown a lot more than he was on Raw as the WWE champion.
Absolutely.
But now Roman is the champion. You damn sure better believe he's not going to be on both shows. Unless there's a big storyline and then he's going to do the Brock and come once every 3 weeks. Because his house is SmackDown.
And here's the funny thing is and then you have no respect for your secondary title, U.S. title, which could be an important title for it, and what do you have left? The tag team titles?
Yeah.
And you barely have any personal feuds.
This is true. What's going on, LaFlaca? And also, and if you think about it, these titles that are supposed to be going between the brands have made their permanent homes. The women's tag team championships have been on Raw exclusively for the past 6 months. And now that Sasha Banks and Naomi have the championships, they're on fucking Raw. They already have a match on Raw that just passed on Monday, and they're already booked for the same match next week. The same exact match next week. Like, are they going to have a different match on SmackDown? I doubt it.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
And then the thing is, you don't have actual tag teams. You have put together teams.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
actual tag team in all of WWE is Toxic Attraction.
Yeah.
They
And they
are
don't know what to do with
tag
them.
team. Yeah, they're a tag team. It's just
You listen to this. This is what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
I think the original plan for NXT Stand and Deliver was to have Toxic Attraction lose the titles and Braun Breaker lose the championship to Dolph Ziggler, and on Monday Night Raw, Toxic Attraction and Braun Breaker debut
Yeah.
with Tommaso Ciampa.
Mhm.
Somewhere along the way, they said, not yet. And that's why on Tuesday, Toxic Attraction is the new tag team champions, and Braun Breaker is the new champion on Raw. And to be honest with you, it's like Braun Breaker to me is a natural in the ring because I see he's smooth. There's no denying that, but he's not ready for Raw. He doesn't know those little secrets to get a crowd over when there's no one making sound.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like in the ring, you're good, but if the crowd ain't with you, you got to learn how to do it. And you know who's a master at that? Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin has had matches where no one made sounds, and then he did some stupid shit, and you're like, yo, he's the greatest heel the WWE got right now. You know what I'm saying? I've watched him have cringy matches with people, and next thing you know, they're booing the shit out of him. He's like a Sergeant Slaughter type heel, where, you know, Sergeant Slaughter will say anything to make you hate him. You know what I'm saying? Baron Corbin doesn't have that limit of, like, when he made that joke about Drew McIntyre's like, what's the difference? Yeah, the mom and the sword shit. Like, you don't have either one of them now or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, that I would have fucked you up. You said that shit to me. But then I realized, like, yo, my man just got a reaction out of me. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, he's doing his fucking job.
Yep.
And that's something you have to learn. And you can't learn on Raw. If we've learned anything from the Raw roster, if you don't get it within that first day, you're gone. Look at Keith Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Lee, the first day he got there, everybody loved him, but they were like, "Oh, we don't see you, connecting with the crowd." It's like, bullshit. The crowd loves him, so let's change him into Battle Cat. All right. Now what?
Yeah, I mean,
and anybody that's listening, Battle Cat's the name we gave him.
Yes. Well, I want you to understand.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the call up Kenny said it with so much confidence. He typed it out. Battle Cat. I was like, excuse who? I'm like, It's Bearcat. It was Bearcat, but Battle Cat it is.
Yes.
Just like from He-Man. I just aged myself, but you know what?
Yes. Oh, and also today we learned that Diamond Wrestling has signed a new wrestler, Benjamin Alexander. No, Shelton Alexander. We have signed. I know you guys been wanting him for a long time.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and Show signed him. Show may not be on the show, but he's definitely pulling an all-nighter getting his talent for us. Absolutely. Shelton Alexander. What a catch that was. What a fucking catch that was.
I saw it in the chat. I was like, who?
And I sent them gifs with the man's face. Like, this should ring a bell.
Yeah, even he was awesome. Now, I don't think that's the right name, bro.
My man said, I don't know how to spell. No. You spelled it right. You
got Cedric on point. You spelled that perfectly well, so don't give me that.
Yeah. You spelled both names right. They were just fucking wrong.
To answer Harris's question, I honestly think it's going to be Braun Breaker. I think that's what they're going for. I think their lead is Braun.
All right, so for the people listening, so Harris's question, but who do you see taking the title away from Roman? I'll be honest with you, I don't see nobody because they don't have anybody that hasn't built anybody strong to beat Roman. It's just sad. You know something, Harris? Listen, I'm going to be the devil's advocate right here. I'm going to be devil's advocate. Roman Reigns has beaten all the former Universal Champions. He's beaten the Beast. And he's beaten Drew McIntyre. He's beaten everybody that a normal fan that doesn't die hard this shit and doesn't like read too much, like a normal Fast and the Furious fan that just watches wrestling He beat the list of wrestlers that they would put out to beat Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the list of wrestlers that haven't fought Roman Reigns yet is a plethora of them. Right? Now, does WWE have the balls to use them? And the people I'm talking about Big E. I'm talking about Bobby Lashley. I'm talking about Ricochet. I'm talking about Finn Balor. I'm talking about fucking Dolph Ziggler himself, Bobby Roode. Like, these are guys that you may look at like Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. No. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, given the opportunity, can be your top guys. They're that talented. And especially in a match with Roman, that match will go good. Big E Langston already proved that he can stand toe-to-toe with anyone in that ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to build up someone to look strong, you do it now. Because obviously, Roman Reigns can't lose that title until WrestleMania. He can't lose it. That Roman Reigns' character has become bigger than the WWE right now. And he needs to be champion. He is the Charlotte Flair of the men's division, but he's good. Where Charlotte Flair needs to have that title be relevant, that title needs to be on Roman to be relevant right now. And when you build up somebody properly and have them win the Royal Rumble and win this and win that, and then they face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, when they win it from Roman Reigns can get a break and leave, and redo his character, and that person will be handed the torch to go on. It'll be on some the Ultimate Warrior type shit, Shawn Michaels type shit, fucking Austin, The Rock, like those type. Like, that's the type of character you need to build up, because there is no one else on the other side of Roman Reigns right now. And anybody you put there is going to be forced there, and no one is going to want Ricochet right now to win the WWE title from Roman Reigns without a proper build-up.
Agreed, yeah, 100%. And if anything, as WrestleMania has taught us anything, proper build-up are far and few.
Yes. Yeah, because think about it. The last proper build-up that they had before Roman Reigns was Hule. The Fiend.
The Fiend, and look what they did with that.
Yeah. That wasn't their build-up, but it was still proper. Proper 12. So Roman's wrestling his booty. I mean, he put on a better match than if he did with Austin Theory.
But like that, would you prefer to see the Edge match or Roman match?
I would Roman.
Now, if you would have switched their dance partners, if Roman was facing AJ, would have been much happier.
Money.
Because they have great chemistry. They wrestle great. They have a great little big man thing. And then Edge and Brock would squash Edge.
Yeah. And the thing that I've noticed with Roman is he has this very similar doing business style as Brock does. He's not afraid to take those risks with someone like a Finn Balor, someone like an AJ Styles. It's like, yeah, you may be smaller than me, but we will be out there and have a match. There's no squash here. And that's beautiful. Now, Harris points out AEW. He thinks AEW should get the title shot. And if AEW does get a title shot, there's no way he's beating Roman. There's no way he's beating Roman. Not now. You have to make him WWE. Right now, he's AEW. You have to make him WWE. And as much as he's going on tour, what's going on, RKH? As much as AEW's going on tour telling everybody that his favorite wrestler is Triple H, and, that he's back home and he was nervous and blah, 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 and this, that, and the third, and whatever business he had with, the Elite and all the other shit, he's still AEW in our minds. In the casual wrestlers' minds, Stardust came back. In actual wrestling, the people who's going to watch Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, AEW's there. And the difference between the WWE and actual AEW is that the WWE is not going to prove to you that another company's better than them. Not off the bat. Look at AJ Styles. If AJ Styles would have came to WWE straight from TNA, he would have been in NXT. He'd have been Samoa Joe. But because he came from New Japan Pro Wrestling, where not a lot of people know about and not a lot of people have access to, he's one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, and he's already the fucking Grand Slam champion. His first year is Grand Slam champion.
It's true. I can't argue with that. You know what I mean? And with Cody is said it before. I don't see Cody anything but a secondary titles. That's it. He pigeonholed himself into that, and that's his problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you put that belt on him, no one's gonna all puns intended acknowledge him for it. You're gonna be also like, really?
And
Transitional champion.
yeah, no, yeah. And not for nothing, as much respect I have for Dusty Rhodes, R.I.P. American Dream. We get it. We get it. This is your father, your lineage, you love him. We get it, bro. If you were to be the WWE champion, that's over here. Like I give it to Charlotte. Charlotte doesn't turn around and say my father's Ric Flair. You supposed to know that based off of the last name. You know what I'm saying? Like she basically turned around and said, I am not here off of my father's last name. I'm here off of my ability. Anybody can argue different, but this is her attitude. Cody Rhodes is kind of like, yo, I am the son of Dusty Rhodes, so now I need to be just as great as him. In a company where you don't get that off of your name. Like, The Rock was booed. Like, he debuted a Survivor Series, 1996, Madison Square Garden, won the match, booed. Until he went to Nation Domination, became The Rock. My man's name was Rocky Maivia. Rocky Johnson is his father. Taichi Peter Maivia is his grandfather. He took both of those names and meshed them together. And my man was booed.
Yep.
We don't give a shit who your family is if you cannot wrestle.
Absolutely.
You do know that IRS is the father of Bo Dallas and The Fiend, if anybody was wondering. No one's sitting there going, IRS's son, we gotta like The Fiend. No. We like The Fiend because Bray Wyatt is an amazing wrestler, an amazing mind.
Absolutely. Yep. Nobody liked Curtis Axel.
Oh. And he's Mr. Perfect son.
We're like, that's fantastic, but he's not Mr. Perfect.
Nope. Yeah. Ted DiBiase's son, and we all know the legend that Ted DiBiase was.
I'm gonna give you a better one. Jimmy Snuka's son was a wrestler.
Yeah.
Shit.
The best thing he did was Deuce and Domino, and that was because of Cherry. Mm-hmm. Cherry was hot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it was. He was a tag team, and no one knew that was son. Like, look at Tamina. Tamina and Natalya are the daughters of legendary wrestlers, Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Jimmy Snuka. But look at where they're at. Yep. Brie Bella was the fucking champion the longest. You know what I'm saying? Like, lineage doesn't mean anything unless you can carry the weight of your parent and then some. You know what I'm saying? Let me read RKH first. Something wrong that Charlotte Flair got a little slip of her nipple while she was doing the figure. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, she had a wardrobe malfunction. What's going on, Anthony? You know what's funny? If WWE doesn't release Keith Lee or Samoa Joe, I see those to be a big threat to Roman Reigns and his world titles. Yes,
absolutely.
Keith Lee would have been the guy I would have named to answer Harris's question. Keith Lee would have been the guy to take the title from Roman Reigns.
Absolutely.
Because despite what Jim Cornette wants to say, and I'm not trying to discredit Jim Cornette's accolades, but he's too smart. Sorry, that sounds like niggas on a horse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everyone needs to be stupid. We've already discussed the different characters. Keith Lee can be intelligent. His intelligence can be what wins him the match. Like, Bam Bam Bigelow was a big dude, but he didn't wrestle like a big dude. And he's a legend. Vader was a big dude, but also wrestled like a fucking light heavyweight. When it came to doing the flips off the top rope and the power bombs and the Vader bombs and all that other shit. Because think about it. If you guys have not seen wrestling in the 80s or early 90s, please tell them. All these power moves that they're doing now were cruiserweight level moves.
Absolutely, yeah. All that stuff when you see these power bombs and all this stuff, it was cruiserweights really bringing it in. It was a lighter weight guys that and the bigger one. I know one big guy said, "Wait, That looks devastating. I could probably pull that off. You see more powerbomb in cruiserweight matches in the early to mid 90s and early 2000s than you would in anything else. And you would see Batista do it or somebody like that.
Yeah.
It was definitely one of those things.
And
You know what I
and
mean?
yo, Psycho Sid, I believe, was the first big man I've ever seen do a power bomb.
Uh-huh.
The Batista bomb, look it up. That's a Liger bomb. Jushin Thunder Liger, the IWGP middleweight champion, cruiserweight in the WCW, developed that move. The sit down power bomb. Bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
They had the Liger bomb, the running Liger bomb, a spinning Liger bomb. All these cruiserweights did all these power moves. So for me to say that Vader was wrestling like a cruiserweight is because he was doing the power bombs, he was doing the flips, he was doing the splashes, he was doing all of those big moves that the little guys were doing.
Yep.
The big guys, they did clotheslines, they did stalling suplexes and power slams.
Absolutely.
That's all they did.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's funny, you would see the Falcon Arrow and all stuff like that. It was cruiserweights.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where guys were not that small. Guys are like Seth and probably guys a little bit bigger were doing it. And they're like, oh, that's impressive. I go, well, you look back a little bit, some guys doing it way before that, you know what I'm saying, especially in New Japan, when they had their junior weights, the junior heavyweights. Yeah. They had them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those were the guys. Those were the Ultimo Dragons, Ray, the Pegasus Kid, that's Chris Benoit. The Tiger Mask 2, that's Eddie Guerrero. Yep. And you have the Lionheart, that's clearly Chris Jericho. So yeah.
And then Lance Storm and the crazy shit was back in the day, the revolutionary wrestler to do all these crazy things was Dynamite Kid. And the Dynamite Kid was brolic, but he was not the size of Hulk Hogan or Bruno Sammartino or Dino Bravo or Hercules Hernandez. He wasn't the size of these guys.
Yeah, and Dynamite Kid was another one that wrestled in New Japan a lot. He wrestled in Japan a lot. So he brought over that style that we now consider normal.
Yeah.
A normal, but had it not been for guys like him and honestly, ECW and ECW put him there, and then WCW stealing that idea and putting him out there in the middle of Goldberg and NWO.
Yeah.
In the middle of that.
And they often stole the show.
Absolutely correct, yes.
And I'll tell you this, because laid off the top of your head, do you know who main evented that Halloween Havoc when Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio had that epic match?
I have no idea.
To me, that's the only match on the card.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, I honestly don't remember another match. And that match was the opening match.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was 15 minutes of the best wrestling, period. Like, don't even call it Lucha Libre or whatever you're going to see from two of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
So, once again, I don't remember another match on that card, but I remember the opening match like it was yesterday.
And anybody could fight me for this, but that match proves to me why Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins sucked at WrestleMania. Go watch Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. You don't even need to know what happened before that. That match told the story of the struggle between these two guys.
Absolutely correct.
It was no story with Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
there's none of this.
We were talking before about the build.
Yeah.
Between Cody and Seth and Lashley and Omos. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Because it was like Bobby Lashley was trying to be David versus Goliath. Which that story runs true when you're wrestling a fucking 7-foot big guy. Thing is, Omos wasn't good enough to help Bobby Lashley sell that story.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the story for Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes that I seen should have happened was Seth Rollins should have been going all out to get his WrestleMania moment, and Cody Rhodes should have been one, reversing everything Rollins was doing because he already knew ahead of time who was wrestling. 2, proving he is no longer Stardust.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, his gimmick should be, I'm back for a reason.
Agreed.
And I'm not getting any reason why he's back other than money.
Yep.
Because I'm not buying this shit that you're trying to win the same title your father won. Sorry, bro. You already did that with the NWA Championship when you beat Steve Atlas.
Absolutely, I agree.
There's no more WCW Championship. There's no more big gold.
Yeah.
There's only a Universal and a WWE title. You're not winning the same title your father won.
Nope.
You could reach the same height. You could reach the same heights as your father, but other than that, you get that shit out of here.
I agree. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah. Like if you were to win the title, acknowledge it.
Yep. That's the thing. You have this whole for my father, right? And when it comes to WrestleMania, two things happen. That night of WrestleMania, feuds and culminate. And what happens when that ends? A new one starts. None of that should really happen so far, because they can still pull Brock out of their ass.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. There's no they're building the story in WrestleMania, but hey man, WrestleMania is a spectacle now, and I have to give it to the celebrities. They did their thing. Wee Man stole the show. Wee Man stole the show. I'm sorry. Wee Man and that giant fucking hand stole the show.
It's a Wee Man. That was an impressive power slam.
Yeah, it was. And yo, Sami Zayn is not getting enough credit.
What happened? Oh no, Sami needs to get the credit.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. Sami needs to get that credit because Sami sold it well, made Knoxville look good, and he's just, hey man, it was good. Honestly, it was just I enjoyed it because it was literally a jackass movie in the ring.
Yeah, it was.
Uh-huh.
I kind of wish they would have played off of the conspiracy. You know, because like Sami Zayn was supposed to make a movie with the conspiracy, and you know they never really did anything about it. And with Jackass, the conspiracy was they were just trying to make Sami Zayn look like a joke, and it could have been Jackass, like Johnny Knoxville fucking with Sami Zayn this whole time. Yeah. Like how epic would that have been if it would have went back to where Sami Zayn got fucked over by this and that, and they just proved like, yo, it was Johnny Knoxville fucking with you this whole time off of a $1 bet that he made with Vince. Like, look, I bet you I could ruin his life. You know what I'm saying?
Many places.
Yeah. Like that would have been dope. Cody can kick rocks. You damn right, pro wrestling. All right, you know how people complain that AEW shit talks WWE? Mm-hmm. Now that's all Cody is doing. Yeah. He's taking every single thing he said about WWE back. He's taking it all back. Mm-hmm. He said it. And I watched maybe 30, 40 seconds of the press conference. Because he opened up with, I know I said a lot of shit about WWE and all this other stuff, but yada yada, and I turned it off.
Yep.
I said, nah. I will always say,
ain't no takebacks. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
No takebacks.
I would always say, if Cody Rhodes was Jericho or a wrestler that AEW hired, and he left them and went back to WWE, fine, I get it. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Or if AEW went under and they just went out of business and he went back to WWE, fine, I get it. You got to do what you got to do. You're a wrestler. But you made AEW. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the CFO of AEW. I mean, the executive vice president of AEW. Talent, you know what I'm saying? Like, people signed on the dotted line off of the strength of you. Not the strength of the Young Bucks, not the strength of Tony Khan, of the strength of Cody Rhodes. And now you left. For what? What personal problem did you have other than the fact that Tony Khan kidnapped your wife or you know, tried to do harm to your child? Something that was unforgivable. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than that, like, what kind of problems could you not have sat down as grown men and try to reconcile? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true. I agree. 100%.
Because if it's money, that's the issue? Money? Like, you're telling me you can't find ways to compensate shit? You know?
Yep.
And he makes mention. He's like, "Oh, I told the fans that I wasn't gonna be WWE, the AEW champion, and they turned on me." Like, yeah, because you're treating us like we're fucking stupid. If you're gonna be the executive vice president who wrestles, we expect you to abuse that power. And if you don't, show us you're not. Don't fucking tell us. I'm never gonna be because we know at one point or another you're gonna screw us over. How many times has Ric Flair been retired, Lay? We can't trust the wrestler at his word.
Yeah, I've said it before. The worst athletes to retire: wrestlers and combat fight, like boxers,
Yep.
mixed martial artists, and pro wrestlers have a horrendous record for actually retiring.
Yeah. They do.
I respect the Stone Cold for as long as he didn't wrestle.
Yeah.
And then, he did what he did, but the point is you don't see him. He wasn't on Raw starting a new angle.
He was the celebrity. That was a celebrity match.
Just with somebody with more wrestling experience.
Yeah.
And, and when it comes to Cody, I have a lot to say about Cody. So I'm going to do it now. So
yeah, go ahead. I was going to say, let's do it.
Here's my thing is, right? So when Cody Rhodes started this independent tour, when he actually was released from Stardust, this will never get old. Will never get old. Never. When he actually was released, right, and he went on that tour, he went on the tour, right, and every time he got a chance, he took a shot at WWE, whatever, right, and then the man proceeds to do the ultimate thing. That's like perfect example. Give you guys, right. Let's say I work for UPS, right, and I feel like they're not using my talent. That I'm not getting the opportunities that I deserve, right?
Yeah.
Could it just be me? But in reality, people see it. It's not me just being paranoid, right?
Yep.
So I quit, right? They fired me or I quit or whatever. Then I go up and start up a company to rival them, like FedEx. I build up FedEx, and all of a sudden, because for whatever reason, and I don't know Cody's reasons, you know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I go, you know what? I got to go back to UPS. Wait, let me get this right. And by the way, on top of it, I do commercials blasting UPS the whole time.
Yeah, and your business is getting successful.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gaining traction, right?
Yep.
And you turn around and go back, and people are gonna be, but you spent like 3 years talking shit about this place. You destroyed thrones. You talking about how you don't get the opportunity, how it's freedom over here, and you go back. Now look, I want to make this clear because I saw somebody online talking about how it's a business and how people hate Cody. I don't hate Cody. Get this right. I don't have enough time, effort. I don't give a shit enough about Cody for that. I'm saying I got a lot of shit I got to deal with. So, but my thing is the lack of self-respect from him being a man.
Yeah, the decision.
Yeah. A man makes a choice. You made a choice when you left, and everybody respected you and understood you because you were stuck. You were trying to make the best thing you could with Stardust, and you did whatever you could. And props to you for pushing as much as you did. But then you left. You build yourself back up. You literally got a whole new reputation, a whole new identity, pretty much. Then you started a company. The antithesis of what you were at, pretty much. The polar opposite.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then you do what you did. I mean, what am I, honestly, like as a fan of Cody Rhodes, right? Let's say I'm a fan of Cody Rhodes. I never have been. Let's be clear about this. That I think he's a great wrestler. Did he do a lot of great stuff with the dashing, with the Phantom of the Opera thing? I think he did great stuff. You know what I mean? Clearly, he can do it if it's given to him. But if I'm a fan of his, what am I supposed to think about the guy that I've been cheering for, buying his merch, pretty much my whole life? And then you know what I'm saying? I'm over here on some like, so I followed you everywhere. And when you make a massive change, you turn around and go, yeah, go fuck yourself. Back to the machine.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the crazy shit. It's kind of like when Hogan defected to the NWO. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was like, "Oh, how is Hogan gonna be the bad guy now? He left his morals, he changed everything." Like people were hating Hogan for that, and I learned it's like, yo, just because he changed who he was doesn't mean you got to stop liking him. You can like him if you still like him.
Absolutely, I agree.
But
I agree.
Hogan didn't leave WCW back for WWE.
Yeah.
He didn't end the NWO to go back to WWE.
He just got to do a storyline.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all he did.
Yeah, you don't like. If he failed, I get it. Well, you know what? Fuck all that shit. I'm not giving him excuses. He did what he did. That's his decision. More power to him. But like I said, like Lay said, it's the decision. As a man, like how do you walk away from something you built to go back to something you hated? It's like you have a woman that's toxic that literally almost cost you your life, and then you get married and have a child with this woman, love of your life. You're happier than you ever been, and go, I want some chicken tonight. No, I bought steak. Fuck you. I want a divorce, and you go back to the woman that almost gets you killed.
Yeah.
Like there's only but so many people that if they went back to WWE, it would look like they put their tail between their legs. And that's CM Punk because of all the shit that he fucking talked. You know, like CM Punk talking about he was sick over there and like he said he'll never go back and all that other shit. And Cody and maybe you got another one off the top of your head, but I'm blanking right back. There you go. You know?
Absolutely.
The Warrior at one point, but the Warrior went back to be honored. He didn't go back to wrestle. You know, at one point, it's like, all right, yo, it's been 80 years. It's not the same company. But CM Punk, it's the same company.
Yeah.
But CM Punk right now, it's the same situation you're going in. No matter how much they push you, no matter how many luxuries you have, it's the same thing. It's it's always that
fall back into that same conveyor belt of bullshit.
Yep.
It's gonna happen
spinning
eventually.
on the wheel.
Yep. It's gonna happen eventually. That's the thing is, yo, you know the machine.
Yep.
You think it got better when they started releasing people the way they did, and they made billions of dollars as they were doing it? Are you fucking shitting me? Oh, okay, cool. So you're gonna produce a documentary about your pops, like a thing. Cool. Was that it? Was that the whole thing?
Yeah.
Because you get that title, nobody's gonna look at you different. They're gonna be like, oh, that's great. So who's gonna get it in a month?
Because yo, Cody wins that title. People are like, yo, why is Cody the champion? Because it was in his contract. Bobby Lashley.
It wasn't organic.
No. Bobby,
if it happens, it's gonna be forced. It's gonna be so forced.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know. He's gonna win the Money in the Bank, and he's gonna win it on a fucking Raw. Like 2 hours and 15 minutes into Raw, he's gonna win it.
Yeah.
Or honestly,
he might win the Rumble.
The Money in the Bank sounds better. They cheap that shit out. But honestly, the way they handled Big E's Money in the Bank, I think they gotta get rid of it. I think they have to get rid of the Money in the Bank now. It's no longer what it was. Before it was
such a great concept that it instantly got copied.
Yeah.
TNA, New Japan.
Yep.
It instantly got copied by everybody like that. Thank you, Jericho, by the way. Thank you.
He came up with the concept for that.
Absolutely, yeah. But the way the matches and memories it gave us, except for like the last two. Well, no, the one in the pandemic was garbage. Yeah, correct. The one where the crowd came back, where Biggie won it and Ricochet was in it, that makes sense. Because if there's a match that's tailor-made for Ricochet, it's a ladder match.
True.
No other way. Ricochet, John Morris, those guys are literally what that match is made for. But to your point, I agree. Either only have one ladder match and everything else do what you do with the TLC matches, right? They're not all TLC matches. They're not all Elimination Chamber matches. You have regular matches. Have one, make it count, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So pro wrestling goes, I would rather it have stayed in WrestleMania. And the Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania is an awesome concept because you have your WrestleMania moment winning the Money in the Bank.
Absolutely correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like that right there is beautiful. But if you keep it on Money in the Bank, the pay-per-view called Money in the Bank, at this point, I'm going to take one of your concepts. The ladder match is going to be for the Money in the Bank world title, and then have other type of matches for Money in the Bank Intercontinental, Money in the Bank United States, the women's, fucking tag team titles. Like, do some shit like that where it's like a battle royal gets the tag team Money in the Bank. The winner of that gets to choose a partner and go after the tag team titles whenever he wants. A fucking three-way is for the Intercontinental title. A fucking last man standing is for the WWE championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, the concept doesn't have to be that the briefcase is on the ladder. You can win the briefcase in a regular match. They've done it already with the Miz and Otis. They've done it with Mr. Kennedy and Edge. And that would be fucking kind of dope that the whole pay-per-view is for that. And then you have people that never been in the Continental Champion or haven't been on TV that lately. Go show yourself. Go promote yourself on TV. And now it's more excitement. Because Tazero Tozawa is the fucking Money in the Bank holder for the tag team championships. Who's gonna be his tag team partner?
R-Truth.
You know what I'm saying? But like think you like.
I agree. I'm with you. Yeah.
Fucking Ricochet is the WWE fucking Money in the Bank holder, or Apollo is the United States. Like something where it's like, yo, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But WrestleMania, I believe now should have the Razor Ramon 6-man Intercontinental ladder match.
Yeah, something of that nature. That makes perfect sense. I can see that.
Yeah, because yo, this is what should happen. The Intercontinental Champion should have an option. If he's holding it before WrestleMania, this is your option. You can give it up and get a title shot on Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania for whoever the champion is. Or you defend it at WrestleMania on the ladder match.
Sure.
Because now it gives a reason for you to be an Intercontinental Champion, especially around WrestleMania time.
Yep. And it'll be a lot of people challenging for that shot.
Yep.
Because WrestleMania, usually that world title thing is already set.
Yep.
Unless they do a Bobby Lashley or Moss, and I don't know what's going on there, but usually this is months in the making, at least 3 months. And I'm being generous with the WWE.
Oh yeah.
But with that option is like, all right, listen, right? It's a match scramble to get that title because I can challenge on Raw. The guys had a long, grueling match. All of a sudden, you come in, you can shock the world.
Oh yeah.
If you have that option, once or twice, you have to have the title change hands, and the champion can get it back in the next pay-per-view. But the point is, it happened, and then you can use the most dangerous move in all of pro wrestling, the roll-up.
Yeah.
And that move is literally like 20 for 20 at this point with title matches.
And not for nothing, that's also a way to sell the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Because think about it.
Give us some weight.
Yeah. Seth Rollins wants to be at WrestleMania. He wins the title 2 weeks before WrestleMania. And Vince McMahon gives him the option. He goes, fuck it, I want to be a Universal Champion. And he goes, but I want to be at WrestleMania. And Vince goes, well, if you relinquish shit, I'll give you a match at WrestleMania. Now there's no Intercontinental Champion. You have a ladder match, and now Seth Rollins can fucking fight Cody. And he still gets his title shot on Raw. And you got to sell tickets between Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw.
Absolutely.
Because the nostalgia of Raw after Mania is dead. It's dead. This is 4 years in the making. It's dead. We can't teach you no more. These are just the fucking facts, bro. I don't know. I was excited for the Raw after Mania, and they said, fuck your excitement. Fuck your life. Fuck everything you do. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. No, I'm with you. It's funny because in order to give anything weight, something has to be on the line.
Yeah.
Like look at Shawn and Taker. Jake goes, I will give you a title shot. Put your career on the line. All right, there we go. Now you got to win.
Yep.
You got to win now, bro. That's that whole storyline when he was trying to win the Royal Rumble and he lost his shit. But then he cost the Undertaker the championship match. He goes, oh, that's what we're doing? This is what this means to you? It has to be that obsession to the point that we feel Michaels. We're like, yo, we get it, bro. You feel you're better than him, but you haven't done it yet. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It has to be like it's the same thing with Austin. He goes, yo, even though the way the ending to that storyline was terrible, but it's like, yo, I need to be champ no matter what. Doesn't matter what happens. I need to be. It is who I am, is my identity. That's it.
Yep. And when he screws over The Rock and joins Vince McMahon to win the title, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
My man was that
run after that got weird.
Yeah.
Even though Austin was a funny heel at times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they needed to focus on him being deranged instead of funny, like him being paranoid.
Yeah. But I would have rathered him be funny than him be a pussy.
No, I wanted him to be paranoid and deranged on some everybody's
Pillman shit. Yeah.
Yeah. On some like, if anybody, like they kind of did it with Van Damme, where he saw Van Damme growing, and Van Damme organically grew because Van Damme is kind of dude that people just like to cheer for because of his wrestling style and the fact that he's mad laid back. You see, when he started attacking Van Damme, I go, see, that makes sense because he sees him as a threat. And that makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? That's how they should have kept it going on. So I'm like, yo, I don't trust anybody. And he does it anyway. But now it's on to a level like, I'm with the alliance, but I don't want anybody around me.
Yeah.
And if I see anybody win more than 3 matches, I got to take him out because he could be a contender. He could be a threat.
Yeah. Because he knew deep down inside he couldn't win that match without Vince McMahon.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's another layer right there. And the storytelling. Because
the same thing with Shawn and Taker. And it was that, yo, I can beat you. I know in my heart and my soul I can in my head, but I just can't. And I'll do anything to get another shot at you. And the title, the funny thing, the title was just the icing on the cake. Which the title didn't matter at that point. It was just Shawn wanting to beat the Undertaker.
Yeah,
proving it to himself, and you don't see that anymore. That should have been the Roman Brock thing.
Yeah,
like, yo, I can't, my man. Why can't I be this fake ass Viking? This is bullshit. This is bullshit, son. I am clearly more athletic than him. I look better. How am I not beating this pale with a cock on his guy? I don't understand what's going wrong here.
And now he's on God mode. There should have been on some. That literally should have been on some. Listen, bro. There's no more advocate. There's no more money in the bank. There's no more looking over my shoulder. It's me and you one-on-one, and I'm on God mode, son. You look like you losing the step with your hair and your beard and your little meats and all that other shit. I'm God mode, son. It's over for you, WrestleMania. That should have been the story. That would have been a way compelling, sir.
Yeah, not somebody scared it should have been prey and predator. It shouldn't have been a predator. The predator.
No, yeah, seriously.
Dude. When Seth did that thing, how long ago was that? How long ago was that? That was Roman, man. I don't remember that. I don't know that Roman anymore, man. You see me standing in front of you, man. This is Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I would have looked at him and said, "That's cute."
I'd have been like, "Yo, I appreciate you coming back to my company."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna let you chill out here. You can go down there to the mid card and do whatever you want there. You're never challenging me again.
Word. Like it's weird because see, long term. Long-term storylines don't have to be 2-3 years long. They just have to be long enough to make sense. And
you can do a long-term story through 3 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, cool, Cap. Appreciate that. He got a sword for me in Elden Ring.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if you got a katana, pass that. I want one too.
Nah, yeah. My character in Elden Ring is a samurai, so I'm dual wielding katanas.
Yeah, on something like American Ninja or something.
Yeah.
That's not katana, but I'm not gonna get into details about that. But yeah.
Fuck all that shit. No, but yeah. Because if Seth Rollins would have played that gimmick for 2 months of him, the Shield, blah blah blah, and we could have seen it gradually get into the mind of Roman Reigns, but not in the mind of Roman Reigns as I'm stunned or like this is really getting to me, but in the mind of, nah, I owe you one.
Yep.
I owe you the beating of your fucking life because you did do that shit.
Exactly. It would have been on something like, yo, listen, because what they did was Roman look weak-minded.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I would have been on some, I let him be confused and at his tactic at first and go, wait, I remember now. I get it. I never destroyed you the way I should have after what you did to me and Mox. And say it. Roman and him are still cool.
Yeah.
You're like, I just realized that. And all the time we wrestled, I wrestled you as an opponent, not as a traitor. That was my fault. I looked at you and respected your skill. I didn't think this asshole turned his back on his brothers. Yeah. I fought you as an opponent, not an enemy. Not someone I hate. I hate you.
Yeah.
And come Royal Rumble, I'm going to show you how much I hate you. I want you to understand what happened with Jay, what I did to the Mysterios, everybody that's fallen in line and acknowledged. I don't want you to acknowledge me. I want you to suffer.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't acknowledge me.
Yeah.
You suffer. And I leave you laying.
Yeah. And
Thank you for reminding me, Seth.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's what you do.
Yeah. Like just in the mid, like he got the fucking chokehold and he's like, thank you for reminding me I owed you one. And then just fucking choke him out.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have been a beautiful story because then it would have been like, hold on, wait. Roman Reigns is literally operating on another level.
Mm-hmm.
Who's there? And Brock walks out and he's just looking at Brock like, yo, bro, again, I'm God mode, son.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not on the level I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
You still been in beast mode. I'm God mode.
Yeah, man.
There's levels to this shit, player. You know?
So while you were doing whatever you were doing in Minnesota, I don't know what it is that you do with those farm animals. Hey, man, you do your thing. That's on you. Whatever you like. Same as here. So let you know here, now, in this place, I might make room for you. You want a shot at the IC title, possibly? The US title, 24/7 championship. You haven't had that one yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah.
Almost like make them a joke, like, I'm just saying, because here, you don't belong on this level, man. You need to knock yourself down a couple of pegs, man. Everything has changed.
Yep.
The landscape is different, son. I'm here. My company. My time.
And that would have made WrestleMania match so much more better. Because, Brock would have been like, oh, you on God mode. You don't really know who I am, son.
Absolutely.
You think I'm going to go out there and just German suplex you a little bit? All right. Go out there and think that. Former UFC heavyweight champion of the world. I was the baddest man on the planet. Go think you're on God mode. And when the match starts, that's when he got the wrestling in there, the striking. Roman ain't never seen this Brock before.
Mm-hmm.
But then Roman steps it up to God mode. It sounds Dragon Ball Z type shit.
Mm-hmm.
You literally see these guys level up. And despite anybody that wants to say anything different, the core wrestling fan, when they watch wrestling, they want to see that.
Yeah.
When they put on a wrestling match, they want to see the story evolve. They want to see a match that tells you the story, the evolution of the story, and the conclusion of the fucking story.
I agree.
We would be so invested if we got something we weren't expecting.
Yep. Like, and also that doesn't insult our intelligence either.
Yeah.
It has to be a combination of things. You know what I'm saying?
My brother, remember I said on Monday night. No, I said this yesterday when I was in the chat watching the Pro Wrestling Podcast live watch along on AEW Dynamite with Kenny from NuKKle Up. Shout out to them. Go watch their show. What up, Cabs? Cabs is in here. He wants to know what you're drinking, Lay.
Oh.
C4. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a It was like you buy something at GNC and they give you like 2 on the house.
Oh, nice. Hey,
So
fuck
I
it.
was like, oh, I'll take it.
Yeah, if it's free, it's for me. Shit.
He said,
But
no, the straws from the Batman cup from the movie that I got, just
word.
personal cup.
Yeah. But so yeah, like I was saying, my brother sent me. All right, so I said in the chat on this show, watching Adam Cole, I would love to see AJ Styles versus Adam Cole.
Absolutely.
And my brother looks it up because he's watching the show with me, and he sends me the link to Ring of Honor. This is AJ Styles, just left TNA. He's the New Japan Pro Wrestling Champion. He's head of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Versus Adam Cole, Ring of Honor. Adam Cole walks out. He doesn't quite have the boom shit yet, but you see him.
Yeah.
He's still Adam Cole.
Thank you.
AJ Styles music hits. He comes out with a leather jacket, the hood on, and at first sight, I said, "This is not the AJ Styles that's in WWE. This is nowhere near the AJ Styles that is in the WWE. And if that AJ Styles was in the WWE, Roman Reigns wouldn't have a chance. That AJ Styles and the Finn Balor Bullet Club in AEW, in WWE running together, the club, there would be no bloodline. Because AJ Styles looked like, I'm here to fuck you up. Not on some I'm tough, not on some I'm the strongest guy, not on some I'll knock you out, on some I am the best wrestler in the history of wrestling. And I'm here to show you. Like,
Agreed.
This poor guy is going to get fucked up right now. And he don't even know who he's wrestling. It's just, I feel sorry for you, son. Because that bell's going to ring and you're not going to have nothing for me. That was his whole look. That's what I got in the first 2 steps out of the apron, out of the curtain. The first 2 steps, that's what I got from him.
Absolutely.
He was a badass mother. Like, he just walked out there, did his little AJ Styles shit. They're standing in front of each other. They shake hands, and he just and walks back to his corner. Don't say a word. Just you've been marked.
And that's the funny part about it. I remember when Kevin Owens said, "Oh, you're leader of something not even yours." He goes, "First of all, I never said it was mine. Second of all, I was never the leader. I literally showed up, and I'm one of the best wrestlers in the world, and they put me in the front. At no point did I say I was the leader. Anderson and all of them, they called him the leader because Finn left, because Prince Devitt left. They were like, we got to get another guy that's like him. AJ Styles." He was like, at no point did I say I was the guy. They just anointed me, and I was like, okay, cool. I like the Bullet Club. I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I didn't force myself in. They were like, here you are. That's our new guy. And you can't pick him better than AJ right there.
This is true. No one, very few people can take that place of Prince David.
Mm-hmm.
Because despite what the WWE wants to say, Prince David has charisma out the ass. He can wrestle way better than
they present him. If you seen Finn Balor in NXT when he went back, that's a snippet. Of the rock and roller. That's what he was known as, a rock and roller. Bullet Club leader, Prince Devitt. Rock and roller.
And that demon shit ain't got nothing on the shit that he did in Japan.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yo, think about this, Lay. And I'm this is pie out of the sky theory that Cabs is here, so we got the pie out of the sky. What's going on, Mike? My man Poochie in the that's DJ Poochie. DJ Poochie in the building. What's going on, Mike? Here you go. Hold on, wait. Let's see what he had to say. Laugh my ass off. What's up, fellas? I appreciate your deep knowledge of wrestling. You're no joke. I love it. That's what we do, Mike. That's what we do, man. We take this shit serious. And so this is my pie out of the sky theory for you, Lay.
Mm-hmm.
Edge and Damian Priest. I almost called him Punishment Martinez. Damian Priest have their little faction. And we'll add people to the faction. There's got to be 3 people, 4 people. So let's say Rhea Ripley, and let's say another character, not Tommaso Ciampa.
Hey, I'm going to say that is one tall ass fraction.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, not Tommaso Ciampa. Let's say, let's put Dijakovic in, right?
Okay.
Because he can wrestle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight go to wrestling word. He can wrestle, and he's a big guy and he needs a character change because the Blazer, Laser, whatever the fuck, Taser, Mace, or whatever the fuck his name is, it's not working.
One of the biker mice from Mars, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Planet 9, motherfuckers.
Hmm.
It's not working. Now we already have Edge and AJ Styles feuding, Finn and Damian Priest feuding. You throw in Tommaso Ciampa and you have a new club. You get Gargano back. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa, and Gargano, the club. You have 4 of some of the best wrestlers in wrestling right now on Monday Night Raw, feuding with the WWE version of guys and their little brood. That club goes up against the Bloodline. Roman can put on a good match with any one of those 4 guys. The Usos can put on a phenomenal match with FYI
Ciampa and Johnny.
Yes,
I would definitely want to. That's one of the matches I wanted to see for a while, but everything that went left.
yes, that would have been fucking beautiful.
The funny thing is, the great thing about those 2 guys is they are a great tag team because they have been, and they're not a makeshift because they've done it, but they're also a great feud.
Yep,
and they're also great at backing each other up. So with Ciampa and Gargano, you can do so much. Literally within a year, they can be tag team champs. They can be fighting for an IC title, or they can just be feuding because they hate each other again.
yes.
It's amazing.
Yes,
amazing.
And and the crazy. I'm gonna equate this for people who don't really know much about wrestling, and they're listening, but they're like, I'm not really sure what they're saying, but what they're saying, they're passionate about it. So I'm agreeing with you. Think about this as terms of movies. Each match is a movie, right? And Shawn Michaels is the Rocky of movies. And then you have the Raging Bull with Pacino. Where he's Jake LaMotta, I believe that's who he was.
Bull, that's Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, but that's Jake LaMotta, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that was also a good movie. 2 boxing movies. Let's say that's AJ Styles. Now, what I'm equating is Rocky is a fantastic movie. Raging Bull is also a boxing movie, and you can compare them, but they're completely different movies and they're completely different classics that you can watch and enjoy both of them.
Absolutely correct.
AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels get compared all the time, but they're completely different wrestlers. They put on completely different matches, and their movies are completely different, but they have the same amount of respect as the other one.
Yep.
Now, that's the wrestling that we're looking for. We're looking for someone who's going to be Macho Man. They're going to give us a Macho Man level movie, but they're not the same exact movie where now this is a scary movie instead of for Nightmare on Elm Street. We don't want a Wayne's Brothers type movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing. Like, there's so many different horror flicks.
Yep.
Saw was a phenomenal horror flick. The first Nightmare on Elm Street was a phenomenal horror flick for their respective times. We want those 2 horror flicks in wrestlers.
Yep.
So when we mention Tommaso Ciampa, AJ Styles, Prince David, fucking Gargano, you're getting phenomenal wrestlers. Different movies. Because there's similar builds, similar move sets, but all of them would have different matches with Roman Reigns.
Yeah. They would give you, just like the movies, great. That's a great comparison. It's a great thing, metaphor for different movies, right? In a sense, it's like, all right, so let's say Roman Reigns is, all right, let's say for the fun of it, he is your Infinity Wars, right?
Yeah.
Pun intended. He has a glove already. It makes sense, right? He's your Infinity Wars, right? So if you watch Infinity Wars, right, then after that, you see Finn Balor. Finn Balor would probably be, movie-wise,
Winter Soldier?
Huh?
Winter Soldier?
Yeah, like a Winter Soldier movie, right? You can connect the movies, but if you watch them individually, you'll still enjoy them both. If you watch one after the other, you enjoy them even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And do they connect? Are they alike? No. One is a political thriller and also an action movie that happens to be a comic movie. The other one is legitimately just a comic book movie, legitimately about that, but dramatic. I can watch Winter Soldier right now and then Infinity Wars and enjoy the shit out of both.
Yep.
If you don't like comic book movies, then you've never really watched Winter Soldier because the comic book as part of it is very minimal. It's only in names. If you watch it, it's like the Manchurian Candidate mixed in with French Connection. It's one of those things. And I just named two really good classics. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you get with Balor and Roman. Now you put them together. Like I said, you watch one after the other, you're gonna enjoy it, no matter what. It's like the same thing. If you watch Rocky and Raging Bull back to back, you're gonna be on some. Those are two good movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seriously.
Watch them individually, watch them together. You know what I'm saying? Watch them in different orders, but you're gonna enjoy it, no matter what. You enjoy the shit out the movie. So, yeah, makes sense. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where whatever combination of those wrestlers in the movies is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Isaiah has a question. He goes, "What up? I was just listening to Jim Cornette's podcast. I believe The Rock says Montez Ford is the next big superstar. Jim Cornette says he doesn't see it, despite his personality. Do you agree with Cornette? If he stays with the Street Profit gimmick, yes, I agree with Jim Cornette. But Montez Ford has a lot more to give us, than what they're doing right now. His wrestling, first off, his agility and his athleticism is unmatched, and then his charisma and his energy is also unmatched. You gravitate to that energy. The Street Profits were, I remember when they were in NXT, they were just a team, we want to smoke. And then you came out, I was like, I don't get these guys. But then Montez Ford said, oh, wait until I step out there. And then you see his energy, and you see his ability, and you see the gravitational pull that he has of charisma that he can just pull from anywhere. Like, my man literally stood in the ring where the Migos were chilling with the white dudes. And we were all like, fuck them. What is Montez Ford going to do? You know, it's like, I want to see how Montez Ford reacts to that. We don't give a shit if they're chilling with Randy Orton or Broseph. You know what I'm saying? He gets rid of the moniker of the Street Profit and becomes his own character. We see him legit him. I believe he could be the next a big star if the WWE doesn't pull that train back like they like to do.
Yep, I agree. And he is definitely. I don't agree with a lot of stuff Cornette says, and you know, the Keith Lee thing is top tier stuff. But yeah, he can definitely easily, like when when they were just backstage doing those segments when they weren't even wrestling, and that was Paul Heyman's idea. You know, like they were just saying stuff, and you were like, man with the glasses, son. There's something about that dude right there, man. Yeah. And then you get to see him in the ring, jumping over the ring post, landing on his feet to the outside, by the way, if anybody's wondering.
Yeah.
And it's just frog splash. You can turn like a 360. I've never seen that before. Van Damme's come close, but this dude is next level, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? The charisma, the athleticism, the character, the way he dresses outside of the ring, if you ever seen him. You know, the fact that his wife is also probably the most athletic female they have in the WWE right now. This is a very athletic couple. This is literally the definition of a power couple if you do it right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they both can go.
Yeah. And I'm going to drop a name, like two names that back in the day, the 80s, 90s, Coco Beware was nothing but charisma. He lost every match, but he was on the card. People wanted to see him. Rocky Johnson, nothing but charisma. He could wrestle. May have made a few, based off of the Young Rock TV show, he may have made a few bad choices when he was with the WWE, but my man could wrestle and he had the charisma and sell shit. I'm comparing this guy, Montez Ford, to two legends. One of the first black tag team champions, one of the first African-American, Rocky Johnson, a real legend. And then that's the Rock's father. The Rock learned this shit from him. If the Rock is endorsing Montez Ford, the Rock sees this charisma. Because the first thing you see is somebody's charisma when you're out there. There's a lot of wrestlers that hide behind their charisma. Look at the Miz. I know Lay would agree with the Miz is not catch as catch can wrestling, but his personality, his charisma, and his ability to tell the story and do the job makes him one of the top guys right now.
Mm-hmm. He's probably one of the most dependable people on that mic, hands down.
But then on the other hand, you have someone like Lance Storm. Now, Lance Storm, if you know who he is and you only seen him in WWF, he was disrespected. But Lance Storm is one of those guys that wrestles, that his charisma is his wrestling. He doesn't need to go out there and speak. He wrestles. His wrestling was a masterpiece. Technical wrestler. He was the opposite of The Miz. But when he went to WWE, they called him boring and the fans stuck with it and he couldn't pass that moniker. Meanwhile, he was one of the greatest United States champions in WCW. In my opinion, that run when he was the Canadian champion, I think that was phenomenal. All of his matches with Jerry Lynn and ECW, phenomenal. His matches with Rob Van Dam, phenomenal. You know, like you're only as good as your partner. And when this guy is your partner every night, there's a reason. You know what I'm saying? Look at Taz. Taz didn't have the charisma, but he had that toughness. Samoa Joe is like Taz with charisma.
You know? Samoa Joe, when he wants to be, he pulls it out of himself when he wants to. You know, for the most part, he just wants to go in that ring and do his thing.
Word, yo, show, get on, bro.
But yeah, what are you doing?
I know you're probably in the car or some shit. Get on, bro.
Doesn't the car drive itself?
Yeah, get in this motherfucker.
Oh no, chill, it's raining. No, it's not gonna work. But yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I 100%. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
charisma is charisma. If you have it, it's easy to see.
Yeah,
easy.
All right, so let's get into WrestleMania.
Sure.
Let's get into WrestleMania. Night one. What match? I'm gonna assume Becky Lynch and Bianca. That was the match of the night. Yeah, that was
Becky and Bianca was absolutely amazing. You know, and it really helped kind of take that sour taste out of your mouth from SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, if there would have been a squash match, I would have enjoyed it a lot more because it'd have been hilarious. But no, it was a great match, and they definitely should have been the main event.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. They could have main evented night 2 after that shit show that was Brock and Roman. But you know what I'm saying? But the good thing is that I told this is that Kevin Owens main evented WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Whether it's, whatever match it is, he did do it. He did main event night 1. So kudos to Kevin Owens, man, a great talent that he's a guy that deserves to get his WrestleMania moment ASAP.
Yeah. Yo, he's someone we look over when we're talking about some of the best wrestlers today.
It's funny because I would have loved for Big E to have a program just with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Between both the way those guys wrestle, their size, their strength, and the charisma. The promos alone, you would have had me hooked with them too. You know what I'm saying? And then they happen to like each other and they work great together when they do work together.
Yeah, definitely. So for me, Bianca Belair and Becky really stole the show. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, they hooked me with that first exchange.
Yeah.
When Becky Lynch went for the rock bottom, and Bianca reversed it into the TKO or is it the TKO? That's her name. That's her move's name.
The KOD.
The KOD.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Becky reversed it back to the rock bottom.
Yep.
And then she pinned her. In my head, I was hooked on this match because I was like, yo, this is a continuation of SummerSlam. And this is basically showing, did you learn from your mistake?
Absolutely correct.
And that was beautiful.
Appreciate it, Isaiah. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah. It was a great, that learning curve. He goes, you fool me twice, shame on me.
Yep. And I wouldn't have been mad if Becky won that way. Because that would have been like, all right, Bianca, she just caught you. This time she caught you. But
got back together.
Yeah. But and then there was some mess ups. Like that kick to the face that Bianca took with the spin, the jumper shit. Like I want Becky and Shotzi to jump off the top rope to see who could jump the furthest. Because they can't clear the top rope. It's with that fucking how far they jump.
You went nowhere.
Yeah, literally nowhere.
It almost like it looked like she just fell off the rope.
Yeah, like the cat that was trying to jump from one roof to the other and just whoop.
You remember how Benoit used to do his diving headbutt, like he used to just come down?
Yes.
It looked like that.
Like the Harley Race shit.
Less graceful.
Yeah. Word. Like Benoit meant it, Becky didn't.
Yep.
In Becky's mind, she looked like Montez Ford.
Yeah.
Let's put it
Problem is, if you replay, you see Montez Ford clears everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely these yeah, man. And it's funny because this is like the second WrestleMania with two women main event the first night. They should have main event first night, and who's part of both of them? Bianca Belair.
Yeah. And
if she's not a super mega star, I don't know who she is. And that's right. I said super mega star. I 1980s the shit out of her.
Word. Yo, and this goes to show you how great Bianca Belair is, because the first time she main evented WrestleMania was with Sasha Banks, and I've always said that Sasha Banks has to be one of the greatest wrestlers at this time right now. Like, she's one of the top wrestlers in WWE, man, woman, or child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dominic Mysterio's there, so I had to say child. But you know, say Sasha Banks is one of the top wrestlers in WWE. Period. She kept up with her and put on a phenomenal match with Sasha Banks. Becky Lynch is a good wrestler, storyline wise. Like, she can put on a good match. For them to have a night stealing match, still with those mishaps, goes to show you that Bianca Belair is on another level. She's on another level. She's up there with Sasha and Asuka.
Absolutely.
You know, like she's up there.
Yep.
You know, and I don't like saying giving people flowers, because flowers die. My respect, unless you lose it, is there forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you respect. Let's pay the respect to Sasha, to Bianca now.
Absolutely.
Like, she proved she belongs on that stage.
She belongs on the marquee, on the trucks, on the shirts. When you're promoting WWE, she has to be right next to Roman.
Yep.
Like, there's Roman, then there's Bianca, and then you fill everything else, or whoever the hell you want to fill it out with. I don't care who it is, but I want to see Roman, and I want to see Bianca. Like, those are I want to see both of them.
Yeah, and despite what anybody wants to say, her promos may not be the best, but I don't give a shit about her promos. Because at the end of the day, the promos don't mean nothing when you're in the ring. The promo means something when you're MVP, or when you're Paul Heyman, or when you're The Miz, or Edge. Someone that needs that for you to be interested in their match. You tell me Bianca Belair is wrestling, I don't need to know what she says. I'll be there. I'll watch it. Interested.
Absolutely. And a lot of times, some of her promos come off as genuine. You know, like, this is exactly how she feels. And sometimes that genuineness is sometimes all you need. You don't need this. First of all, I will say to all the pro wrestlers, just to let you know you're on the mic, you don't have to scream.
Yep.
The Miz said it once, and I don't even like The Miz, but he said, he goes, yo, I'm always going to be louder than all of you.
Yeah.
I have a sound system. I don't know if you guys realize it, but this mic is louder than all of you.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Throw it out there. And then I'm telling you guys, I don't like The Miz at all, but I was like, yo, he's not wrong.
Yeah. And the only time he actually yelled was when he was yelling at Daniel Bryan, which that actually was a shoot.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. Is that wasn't that was in a close setting, and he just needed to get off his chest because he knows he can't wrestle as good as Daniel.
Yep.
He was like, "Yo, listen, I got to get him somewhere because I can't go toe to toe dude in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He'll break something, but on the mic, he don't got shit on me.
Nope.
See, that wouldn't have worked with somebody like Seth or Mox or even Roman right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not gonna work with those guys, but with like Daniel. Like, that wouldn't have worked with CM Punk. CM Punk would have been like, "Oh, we're doing this. We're going back and forth because I can do this for days, bro."
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. But when it comes to a time like Belair she comes off jet, but in that ring is second to nobody. And I'm not gonna say none. Second to nobody, male and female alike.
Seriously,
she combines it all: speed, strength. She has her moves. She's, by the way, this doesn't matter. She's extremely attractive. She's a beautiful woman.
Oh yeah,
you lucky bastard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And she's sexy, and she's really just like the total package. You know what I'm saying?
She has great showmanship also.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. As much as people give shit about the hair, That's
I love it.
that's a character by itself, and she used that character.
I'm with the hair.
In a wrestling promo thing I saw, Dusty said, "Yo, use everything you got.
That's it.
Everything you got. Your hair, play with it, do everything you got, use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm fat. I rub my stomach.
That's it. Fuck it.
Cool. People love it.
Shit.
So that's what she does.
Listen, you guys know my stories are promoting this channel and promoting my boys. I rarely put a wrestler on the story, but when Becky tried to cut Bianca's hair on that Monday night, I put it in the story. You don't touch Bianca's hair. I am fully behind Bianca's hair. If Bianca's hair detaches from Bianca, that should be a tag team because the Bianca's hair is going to be one of my favorite wrestlers also. You know what I'm saying? But since we're talking about the women and the first lady of Knuckleheads pops up in here with what's going on?
Hey, we're feeling the glow. We got the little bit of glow sticks everywhere. We're having a little fun. Boss glow time. Let's go. Okay. Now this is just me being mom and giving a lot of 7-year-olds and 6-year-olds glow sticks for my child's birthday. Little gag, and I decided to feel the glow. I'm feeling the glow. That's it. And no, I didn't eat any of the damn cupcakes, but I did have a lot of the cake batter, so I'm good right now. Nice. That cake batter was banging. Oh shit! Great. Nice. But all cupcakes were made. They haven't gotten frosted yet. That's gonna be my job after the pod. I still got a lot of things to do, but yes, let's talk about the women.
Yes,
I know you guys talked about WrestleMania. I don't know what y'all talked about. I was just too busy, being mom. So I have no idea what you guys started the topic about or anything like that.
We didn't get too much into WrestleMania. We spoke about Cody Rhodes. We spoke about AJ Styles at the Bullet Club. But we spoke about some of the celebrities doing their things and Bianca. We went on a tangent. So Bianca and Becky was our first actual WrestleMania conversation.
Yes.
Solid match. Yes. Solid match between both women. And we didn't expect anything less because we knew going into this that it was going to be a solid match. I'm surprised that there weren't any random ass pair of scissors laying around or whatever the case may be. But overall, I ain't too mad about how the match went down. It was lengthy enough where it made me proud and happy because it wasn't short-ended or anything like that. Not like the very first match that happened when Rick Boobs got injured. We all knew that match was going to be short, but we didn't realize it was going to be that short. And we understand the why behind it, and shout out to Rick Boobs. Hopefully, this injury that you got going on, it's a short-lived one, it's not massive. And hopefully we'll see him back on the TVs. But
that's DJ Poochie in the comment right there. That's how
I was so confused. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, that's young lady. Yeah. He's trying to speak proper. We know you're from the Bronx, Mike. Don't worry about it, man.
Bro, that was giving me PTSD from one of the comments and one of the guys that consistently follows me. So I didn't know what was going on. I was a little scared.
He's safe. I wouldn't have put it up there. Yeah, I wouldn't have put it up there if I know him.
All right. You're good. You're good, sir. Solid match though between Bianca and Becky, and the redemption story came in full circle. We saw it happening. We knew it was gonna happen. We were not going and shying away against Black Girl Magic, and that's exactly what we got in this fucking in this match. And it was clean. Nothing was dirty, Some of the moves that Becky did definitely was being a dirty player. But what else is a heel supposed to do? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If she's a heel, you're supposed to be fighting like a dirty player, like you're a female Ric Flair. Even though we're not going to call you the man.
Start that again.
Yeah, we're not going to call her the man. We're not going to get that.
We're going to be fighting over that. Oh, somebody said that about it. Here we go.
Here we go again. God dang it. Good match though. and great ending. Bianca she now is a one-time SmackDown Women's Champion and a one-time Raw Women's Champion, and I ain't even mad.
And she won both of them at WrestleMania.
Yep.
That's a good place to win.
The only black female to win a championship 2 WrestleManias in a row.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go. Making her story, right? That's the whole thing. Her story. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we doing. And now we're just waiting for the next competitor. That's it.
I don't honestly.
I want it to be Bayley, but I honestly want Bayley to take over SmackDown, and I want her to go up against Charlotte.
I think Bayley could bring out a good match in Charlotte.
Charlotte
wrestles to her competitors, and you see it clearly. If she's in there with a phenomenal wrestler, she will have a phenomenal match with you. She's in there with Ronda Rousey, she's gonna have a Ronda Rousey match with you. You know what I'm saying? But I think Asuka would be a phenomenal competitor to go up against Bayley. To get Bianca with.
Yeah,
I think that match would be fucking awesome.
Yeah. I would definitely. I would agree. But there's also talk that Lacey Evans is making her way back, and that she actually will be making her return on SmackDown.
Okay.
So I definitely read some rumors about that she's going to make her return on SmackDown. And I'm pretty sure she's going to make that return during a Charlotte Flair promo. Let's pick up where we left off at, even though it's not about the Nature Boy anymore. But it's like the elephant in the room. You know, you see the both of them together, be like, y'all had a feud before Shorty went on what is that, leave of absence and parental leave. Y'all wanna talk about it now? You know, you want to talk? Let's bring this back up. Yeah,
her pops wanted you, and you kind of look like her.
Yeah, right.
That made it weird. Your father wanted a girl that looked like his daughter. I don't know. Made it weird.
Let's make it definitive. You're not Charlotte Flair.
Exactly.
You know? I want to know who Show's calling a hater. Like, what do you refer to when you say haters?
There's an S there. There's more than one.
Yeah, right? Are you calling us haters? Or are you calling them haters? Like WWE haters.
Listen, I can't respect Show's opinion because he's not here live.
This is true.
Whatever he says matters none right now. We tag you when we post about this podcast, but you're not here, so you matter nothing, my friend.
Word.
So there's nothing to hate if you don't matter.
Hey, y'all hating on Charlotte. This is how I know you don't listen.
I'm not. Okay, so fuck you, Show. First and foremost, go fuck yourself. All right. I'm not hating on Charlotte. I think she's a phenomenal performer. She fights. Well, she wrestles night in, night out, and not for nothing, but for a performer that basically has been on the road, always on camera, always in matches. You know, I got to give it to her. She hasn't had a hardcore accident or injury or anything that's going to keep her on this shelf. Even when she wasn't champion, she is still great for TV because she's still going to get those ratings. There's nothing wrong with Charlotte being the champion. What's wrong with this is the fact that they don't have competitors for Charlotte. So they give her competitors that's honestly meh. You know? Ronda Rousey, meh. We all felt that way. We all knew what was coming. We all thought that Rousey was going to go over. I'm glad that Charlotte went over. You know, I think we said that Rousey was going to go over, or did we say that Charlotte was going to go over? Because I know in the circle,
I picked Charlotte was going to go over.
In the
balls enough to pull the trigger.
Like I remember, this is the sad part. I feel like we make predictions here, and then when we get like the stupid little cards with everybody's name on it, we're like, wait a minute. Now we're gonna change this to this one. Now we're gonna change it to this one.
I picked Charlotte in the circle. In the Kenny circle shit, I picked Charlotte. Because I was like, Charlotte doesn't lose in fucking pay-per-views. It's against the law.
She doesn't lose at Mania. The only time she loses is when it's a triple threat. Apparently.
Yeah, when someone else can take the pin, she doesn't lose.
Right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Sasha for getting her first ever WrestleMania fucking win.
Word.
The streak is over. The streak is over. Oh, yes. Yay.
All she needed was some bad in her life.
That's it. That's it.
Some team bad.
Some
she
team
never
bad. Nope. That's it. That only shows that fractions really work.
Word. The only legitimate team there that was made more than a year ago. Holy shit. Yeah. Now
miracles can happen.
Yes.
Miracles can happen. That's it. By the way, Show, who the fuck are you talking about? I want her to go up against my baby girl.
I thought Charlotte was your baby girl.
Who is your baby girl? Yeah, I know Show's baby girl is Sasha, and that's never gonna happen.
No. That's Toe.
That's Toe. Sorry, that's Toe. Toe. Sorry, Toe. Sorry. My bad. My fault.
Yeah.
My fault. That's you.
It better not be Butter's baby. I mean, it better not be Murtaugh's baby.
Butters.
Yeah.
Well, except Butters got slapped.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Wait, but no, I really want to know who is his baby girl.
That stumped me too. I thought Charlotte was his baby girl. Unless he gets a new baby girl every week. You know? How would you feel?
Might be it.
How would you feel about Alexa Bliss coming in against Bianca?
I want her to go to NXT.
Bliss?
No, yeah. Bayley. I want her to go to NXT.
Bayley. That's who it is.
Bayley.
Bayley ain't the fucking girl.
Since when?
Yeah,
I'm trying to find out. But
Yo,
remember, this is the same guy that now all of a sudden he's a Bobby Lashley fan when he first didn't like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Show needs to come on the show and clear this up because we had no idea Bayley was your baby girl. Okay, we don't put Bayley in and now it's Charlotte. Nigga, make up your mind. Nigga, make up your mind. Make up your goddamn mind. Oh no, don't tell him to use his words. That's why we're getting confused in the first place. Nigga, get your ass on this show. And then clean yourself up. And you know what? We'll still be confused.
We need an interpreter for sure. We need Key and Peele to interpret show. Hey, please, somebody get Key and Peele to interpret show.
Oh, they did it for Obama. All right. Let's see.
You know what's crazy? I'm sorry, Gigi.
Okay.
Show made a reference earlier. It's bad weather. I can't come on because he's driving. The fuck you doing texting? Why the fuck? It's more dangerous to text and drive than it is to be on camera and look at us and like speak to us and hear us and drive.
You don't even need to look at us. It's okay.
Right? Yeah.
We just see the bottom of your fitted anyway for the majority of the time.
That's it. Yeah. Shit. But all right, go ahead, Gigi.
These are valid points, folks.
Yes,
don't text and drive. Don't be like Show.
Word.
We try. Oh. We still accept him as our friend, though.
Word. When dealing with Show, don't try this at home.
Yeah, word. The cautions. We'll put the warning up.
Word.
Wait, what was the second match of WrestleMania? Was it Becky and Bianca? Or no, it was someone else.
It was Drew and Happy Corbin, if I'm not mistaken, because they broke the ropes, and Ray almost killed himself trying to jump off the top of the bottom rope.
Stop! What fucking sword do you know bends that way? Okay, if nobody noticed that, y'all niggas is blind as shit. His sword bended like me. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. What is this? The explosion noise.
Yeah,
they got the explosion from fucking AEW in the fucking.
that sword did more destruction than the fucking C4 around the ring. Man, did he have Moliere or did he have a fucking sword? Because I've never seen a sword cut something and go. Like, wait, what? Someone died that night and they just didn't tell us. Someone got struck by lightning.
I'm just happy he was attempting to murder a man and everybody was cool with it.
Oh yeah, of course.
You're right. I was the same thing. I was like, so we're just gonna let him just do attempted murder on this nigga over here on Moss? Like, well, what are we doing here for? What are we promoting here, folks? No, this was a family show.
Get yourself a Claymore sword and try to decapitate somebody.
Yeah. Cool. Now, if he would have slapped Moss, it was a different story. Because he would have turned Moss into Jekyll and Hyde, and Moss would have been this monster that would have had to go at him because you're disrespecting me. Cut my head off, no problem. But slap me? Now we got an issue. And that's not a reference to Will Smith. No, fuck him. That's a reference to Damian Priest and his character. Like, you kicked him in the balls, you poked him in the eye, but the smack during the match, that's where you went too far, sir. But fuck him anyway.
What?
No, the sword cut both ropes. The demon only destroyed the top rope. Yeah.
The top and the middle rope, but he didn't destroy the bottom rope.
And it almost killed Ray. I swear, I will not let this shit go. Whoever put those ropes on, I don't know if you noticed, the bottom rope was like to the left, and then the two top ropes was like to the right. And Ray tried to step on the bottom rope to jump to the top rope. And he did what the fuck happened? Like, that rope was nowhere to be seen. They tried to kill Ray. But Ray is too much of a professional to let that shit kill him. No. You're going to have to hurt him if you want to kill him. You know what I'm saying? That's why Ray's the GOAT. Fuck that. Yo. Bianca's hair and Ray, I'm behind them all the way. You can't keep us down. I don't give a shit. Can't keep us down. The motherfuckers.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about
I'm telling you, I don't remember much of night one except for like Bianca and Stone Cold thing. I don't remember much.
Yeah. Well, do you remember Logan Paul? You remember that?
I really do.
No. I actually listen. I gotta give him his props. He is an athlete. He is a young athlete. The disrespect that he decided to do, great heel work overall. Because, of course, nobody in the wrestling industry would ever want to see that's not Hispanic do fucking Eddie's moves. The three amigos, and especially the frog splash. And he landed that frog splash.
Yeah, he did.
Precise, with distance. Not no little, he's right there. There was some distance there. And he landed it.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to him on that.
But he got the basics down.
Yeah. At least he didn't come out the ropes looking like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, Snoop Dogg just fell.
It looked like he dropped.
He said,
"Trick yourself,
almost like Becky."
Becky. Holy shit, that was ridiculous. But yeah,
I didn't mind it. I also enjoyed the fact that The Miz gave him a skull-crushing finale. Like, you ain't here to take my spotlight. This is my WrestleMania. Yeah. I'm walking out alone.
Yeah, they
and
won
he
the
did
match.
Just that.
Yo, I've gained so much more respect for The Miz after that match. Because it was like, one, you have to put Logan Paul over. Like, you have to get the heat on Logan Paul, and The Miz did that. Two, he put over Dominic. Dominic, in that match, for the little run that he had, was giving it to The Miz, and The Miz was selling for him. He made Dominic look like Dominic did when he wrestled Rollins. You know? And it was clear. Yo, I'm going to work with Dominic, and I'm going to wrestle Ray. Because they actually had wrestling, like, Ray and The Miz were wrestling. It looked like an intergender match. Where the women wrestled the women and the men wrestled the men. Oh. The Miz and Ray were the men wrestling each other, and Dominic and Logan were the, the midgets or the women. You know, they were like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the Miz, you know how when the woman's in there, like when Jacqueline is in there and she body slams the guy, it was like the Miz did that for Dominic. You know? Yeah. Like, Like,
Oh my God.
The Miz shows he can be trusted with someone who's not about this life. Like what he did with Bad Bunny, what he's doing with Logan Paul.
I was about to say the same
Yeah.
thing. He did with Bad Bunny. Like he can put them over.
Yes.
And he doesn't mind putting them over because he's going to put himself over in the meantime. But at the same time, he's going to make sure that they look just as good as, he does, especially at WrestleMania.
Yes.
He doesn't want to look good at WrestleMania. It's just a thing. Yeah, the Miz always had that in him. I think now that we see a little bit more of him, the way he is, it's a good appreciation. Not a bad match though either. Dominic still looked a little, not for nothing. I actually enjoyed WrestleMania night 1 and night 2. It was enjoyable. Some parts I didn't love, of course not. Some things were really predictable, like we knew. But it was still enjoyable. It wasn't a 3-hour Raw session.
That's true. The biggest problems I had with WrestleMania were the non-spectacle matches. Like the celebrities did their job, and that was enjoyable. Like all the shit that this is a joke was enjoyable. Edge versus AJ Styles, I had a problem with that match.
I was trying to say went during it.
Yeah, it was Edge was moving too slow, man. I'm sorry. He ain't got it wasn't happening. Rollins and Cody, it wasn't happening for me. All the matches that were supposed to be the ones that you paid to watch.
They were supposed to be stupendous.
Yes, like those, all right, guys, you had your little show here. Here goes some real wrestling. Cesaro and Rollins. Here goes your real wrestling. There was none of that. None of that there. Like when Austin Stuttering McMahon is some of the best shit that you got on night 2, there's a problem.
Yo.
Yeah. Pat McAfee's a highlight.
You don't have to
you gotta go back and think about
it. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get to that.
Moving forward. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What did you guys think of?
So
okay.
Okay, so Edge and AJ, I agree with you. Edge was moving way too fucking slow. The chemistry wasn't there. The build-up was there. The chemistry wasn't there in the ring. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
The only thing that we got out of this is the fact that we are getting WWE's version of House of Black on the WWE. Damian Priest. He needed a character change. This is what we're doing.
Have a character. You needed a character.
Yeah.
Gigi, if you can honestly tell me what his character was, I won't say it again, ever again. If you can honestly sit here and tell me what was his character when he came, even to NXT, because I didn't even know what the fuck he was then.
I just thought he knew how to shoot arrows.
Imagine everyone's at that.
Yeah.
Yo, and then when he won, he had mad bitches all over him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's a gothic pimp?
A gothic pimp? Well, some shit like that. I don't know. Let's go with
the archer pimp. Spooky. He's an archer pimp.
An archer pimp. Right.
Archer gothic pimp. Got it.
Yes.
Right.
That is ridiculous.
And then when we went to the main roster, we came full body.
Yep.
And not to say he's not full body, but it's one thing when your character is this, and now they're just telling you, just embrace your heritage, and then we want you to wear the flag. We want you to be with Bad Bunny. We want you. We think this will be you be you, and we'll be good.
Not in front of him.
And now, who is this Damian Priest? Right? Who is this superstar that we're getting? Just a dark version of what? Someone who can talk on the mic? Or someone trying to talk on the mic?
You know what I'm getting? Remember when Doink came out with that second Doink and they would look at each other and they would do this shit? That's Damian Priest. He's the second Edge, and they're just you're diabolical. I'm diabolical. You go to a place. I'm at a place right now. What's up, brother?
It's funny because that sounds like Edge's promos nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. That sounds exactly like that's all of Edge's promos. You just came out with an Edge promo.
Shit.
When him and the Miz had that promo battle, that's what it sounded like. NuKKle, wait a minute. We're both in the ring. That means we have something in common, brother.
Yeah.
No, you don't. He's Puerto Rican. You're Canadian. No, get out of here. Yeah, but they're both embracing their. First of all, Edge's entrance. That didn't scream Ministry of Darkness to anybody.
Yeah.
If anybody didn't get Ministry of Darkness and then a little brood on the side. And cool, I get it. Edge is part of the brood. But Ministry, I was like, so the Undertaker's not even retired. His coat is not even cold yet, and you're just gonna take a stink? Because now he's clad in leather. And clad, by the way. And I'm like, I know this. Back in 98 or almost I saw this. And we got the acolytes, got a great things out of it, but I was like, but I feel like I'm gonna get Minion out of this with this one.
Yeah, David Priest.
The dude from AW said it right, is when you order the House of Black on Wish.
Yep.
Oh no, that was the actual wrestler from AEW.
Yeah.
Brody King.
Brody King. I was like,
Brody King.
He's not lying. He's not lying. Aleister Black came in a suit, right? When he kicked Cody's head off. Good job, Aleister. Malachi, I apologize.
Malachi.
And the sad part is they're talking about Edge. Before Edge retired, you wouldn't have got away with that. Edge had respect, and Edge, his character was almost solid gold. Now,
I prefer the Ultimate Opportunist over whatever the hell this is.
Yeah.
Because the reason I can respect the Ultimate Opportunist is, any chance I get, I'm in there.
Yep.
I don't care how small or big I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna win, which he did. I get it.
Yeah.
I've never liked Edge, but I can appreciate that character over whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah. Oh, and also, I just want to throw this out there. Edge mentioned, when I stopped caring about what the fans think, you stopped caring, and now we're together, and we don't care what you think. You didn't give a shit what we think when you was the Rated R superstar. You fucked Lita on TV. You never gave a shit about what we think. What are you talking about when you stopped? Show me when you started. That would have been a better storyline if you started giving a shit about what we thought.
I don't remember him coming back and laying and sleeping during that Royal Rumble that he won.
Yeah.
I remember him coming back and talking about, it was for the fans. No, he just wanted a shot at Roman.
Yeah. I didn't want you to win.
In your promos, you're talking about, I'm doing this for you guys. No, you're doing it for you.
He kept going to that place.
Yeah. That place, which is where him and Damian met in the ring.
Yeah.
Under the purple light.
Yep.
That is the Undertaker's.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
He's gonna come out in a hat next.
I swear to God, if he comes out in a hat, I'm gonna go. I don't care what kind of hat it is.
Take him, better give him the blessing.
I go, I know the Undertaker's
That's the only acceptable way.
Your Vince, I will come back and choke slam him and leave. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Listen, that Goldberg match did a lot of damage. I can't repair it from that, but can I have my light at least?
Yeah, right.
Back to me.
Yeah. What a great Hall of Fame speech at that too, by the way.
Yeah.
I cried I definitely shed a tear a couple times. I was like, this is the end of an era. This is the real end.
The only for me was Vince. I can honestly say I don't like Vince, like seeing Vince.
Yeah.
Just don't anymore.
What up, Jay?
You glitched out there a little bit, Lay.
Yeah.
So you said the only thing I could, and then it got quiet. So I guess Gigi just took advantage. You heard what's going on, Jay?
Yeah. I didn't say
I
anything.
even know.
No, when you was talking about
I saw
Vince,
this and I was like,
yeah,
there's a moment there that I don't need to say something.
yeah. but yeah, I appreciate it. We got a I forgot. Wow, I forgot his fucking name.
Edge.
Mark
Henry.
We got
I'm sorry.
Mark Calloway. We got a Mark Calloway and Hall of Fame induction speech, and not an Undertaker speech.
And it was good, man. It was all around good. There was a lot of great jokes, a lot of things he wasn't going to say because of the respect that he had for the boys. But it felt like Taker was giving us his Taker talk, his Taker TED talk, motivational speaker. And I was like, oh, shit, here we go. It was just a lot of fun and good stories. When you saw Kane kind of tearing up, I was like, oh shit. Damn. We bought Paul Bear. Oh shit. Paul Bear. I can't do this no more.
Word.
Don't do this to me. I'm that one ignorant asshole that's like, one more match. One more match.
He's like, can't leave us on Goldberg.
Oh shit. Oh man. It was great though to hear him at the end of his speech though just go back for the hat and the jacket. It was like never say never. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna give us at least one more match when he's like, fuck it. You know, he is. At least in front of a live crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's gonna take some of that DDP yoga and come back strong.
Yo, stop. DDP yoga be saving lives, man.
No, for real. It be shit. For real. That shit is no joke, that DDP yoga.
Oh shit. That's so funny. Oh man.
Yo, this Chad Gaspar, where his wife was telling the stories. Yeah, I was like, damn, son. Imagine if we would have seen a glimpse of that man in the ring. You know, because Crime Time was a beautiful team for what it was. But you know, to see him, his character as a oof.
Yo, to see his son and JTG basically just doing the whole fucking thing, bro. That another moment I cried. I was like, oh shit, I thought, in all honesty, that he was gonna stand up there and say a few words, and then I noticed that he went. I was like, all right, cool. It's just for the fam. I felt for her, but I felt like she also couldn't read, but I couldn't tell that there was a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
Like behind everything. Like she was nervous.
Yeah,
more than anything. I think she was more nervous more than anything. Because like they're all reading from what they have in front of them. And then she was just like basically like fumbling over her words. Nonetheless, it was still a feel-good moment to watch him get inducted into the Hall of Fame in this way, out of all ways. You know, it's not just a tag team. It is for like the Ultimate Warrior. He actually sacrificed himself for his son. And that's a true like warrior sign.
Absolutely.
You're damn right, Jade. You're damn right.
Yo, I'm reading everything that he's telling me right now, and I'm fucking dying on the inside. This nigga's schmacked. You schmacked, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you should be on a Thursday night with wrestling with the knuckleheads. Because this is what we do. We drink, we smoke, we talk wrestling.
That's it.
We do fun shit. And I love this. And
send help.
Send help. Nigga, send help. No, there's no help. You helping yourself, puppy. I'm sorry.
We can send hook, but we can't send help.
Word. Send hook. Cheers and being smacked. Hey.
Hey. RP Walking, what's going on, man? My man said I'm lit right now. Nice. Nice. But yeah, oh man. This Hall of Fame ceremony was a lot better than the last two. Even though, the pandemic.
God, yeah.
But yeah.
No. But overall, it's just one. You had a live audience, so that always makes things better. And it was just a good one overall. Like all the inductees.
Yeah.
You know, I only, in all honesty, I only caught maybe the last hour of the Hall of Fame. So I saw the one with Shad, with Vader, and with Taker. I think there was one more, but I don't believe there were. I think it was just those. No, but that was like within the first hour. I didn't see that. I saw it later, you know, but I didn't see it live.
Yeah, I think
I was watching Rampage.
Yeah, the last ones were Shad, Vader, and Undertaker.
Yeah, so I saw the last hour, and that's all I saw.
So you missed Queen Sharmell, which
yes.
I don't know if you saw that late, but that was actually pretty dope because Booker T inducts her, and when the music hits, you just hear him going, "All hail Queen Sharmell, all hail Queen," and he did it all the way until she got to the podium, and then she made her speech, and she sounded so intelligent. Like it was amazing. Like the way she was talking, I was like, wow, I kind of forgot about Queen Sharmell. You know what I'm saying? And then she's talking about the students that she helped bring up, like Amber Moon and all those with the wrestling school that they created. She's talking about living with Booker T, how she met him, and he's the love of her life. The kids were out in the front. Then she accepts it. She leaves, and Booker T goes back to "Oh hail Queen Sharmell." And I was like, as much as she did it for you, my man did it for her, and that was beautiful. I love that. I love that.
I gotta also add Randy Orton just bowing down to the Queen the whole time. Beginning and end, just bowing down to the Queen. I enjoy that. I was like, you can tell Randy Orton was having a great fucking time there.
Yeah. Him and I gotta give it to him and Brock Lesnar. You can see now are having fun. They're having fun now, because you couldn't tell that before with Randy Orton. Randy Orton just looked like the dick that he's like, I need to be here. You know what I'm saying? At some point, he's like, I just need to. I'm here so I don't get fined.
Word. Oh shit.
Work and twerk, baby. That's
all you do. In the morning.
work and twerk and shake and bake. Hey man, he's Smidak. He's Smidak right now, Lay.
I can remember that,
yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do, you know? It's Friday.
God.
Tomorrow. But yeah,
I don't even know who's twerking. That's what? Eddie.
He might be twerking. Right. You never know.
No, he's like, oh man, no, that'd be weird. Oh man.
All right, so Gigi, me and Lay both said that Bianca and Becky was our match of the night for the night one WrestleMania. What's your match of the night for night one?
It would be Bianca and Bailey. I mean Bianca and Bailey. You hear me? Bianca and Becky. I'm already foreseeing kind of the next matches as well, because I want to see Bailey with Charlotte, but I also want to see Bailey with Bianca, because there's also some
unfinished business.
They left on a few. Yeah, it's unfinished business for sure. For night one, I'm gonna have to go with that, and for the moment of the night, I'm gonna have to give it up to Vince McMahon's knees giving up on him before he actually got the stunner.
Yeah. Austin drank 17 cans of beer and Vince was drunk.
Yeah. I thought for a second he had Kevin Nash syndrome, and the fucking knees buckled on him automatically, and that was done. Man. And the best part is that you saw Stone Cold laughing his whole ass like, this dumb motherfucker. He's
like, get your ass over here. Where you going?
What are you doing? This stupid fucking guy. Give me another fucking beer. Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee, ladies and gentlemen. Pat McAfee was the only son of a bitch that got Vince McMahon out of what we all thought was retirement a long fucking time ago and had him ring the bell. I don't care. We all saw Vince say, stay down. And I was like, oh shit, this is where the pin is. All right. Pat McAfee lived every fan's dream just as much as Bad Bunny did, except he lives it more because he is an announcer. This man had a WrestleMania match with the protege of Vince McMahon. It is literally Drew McIntyre 2.0 if we're gonna, throw it in that.
The chosen two.
He wins the match, and then he has a match with Vince McMahon. No other wrestler on the roster has a match with Vince McMahon, and it is by far the most funniest things I have ever witnessed. Like, this motherfucker really got in the ring. Like, the rumors are true. There was rumors that Vince was gonna, we're like, no, don't do it, Vince. And then he gets in this motherfucker. All we're gonna do is laugh about it now. That's all we can do.
If you think about it, there's only 4 men that ever wrestled Vince McMahon at WrestleMania: Hogan, Michaels, Brett, and now Pat McAfee. He's a part of that exclusive club. I say it for you.
Not
again,
even Stone Cold got that exclusive.
Yeah, I don't think they heard me. Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and Pat McAfee.
Yeah, but the funny part is, only one of them actually wrestled Vince. Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes. Yeah. Yes. Everything else was sports entertainment.
You lost to all of them but one.
Yes.
Pat McAfee.
Oh shit.
Man. And I don't know how he tore both his ACLs, MCLs, his quad, and his ass muscles standing straight up. Like, my man crumbled in a stunner. Like, really?
I love the fact that, like, Stone Cold was reaching for him and dying on some, Jesus, this guy can never take one of these right. I mean, we have been doing this shit for ages and he still doesn't know how to take it right.
Just bend forward. That's it. Bend forward. I'll let it everything else. I'll do everything else. Just bend forward. Boom.
All you have to do is just trust me. That's it. Just, I got you. I'm not gonna lead you astray, brother. I got you.
He didn't do a trust fall. He did a trust collapse.
My man, he did collapse with the kick.
That's what I was doing. That's the way he didn't collapse during the sun. It was the kick. It was the fucking kick. It was like the kick one knee. What are you doing, my man? Get up. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to fall on the ropes.
It's like the corduroy. That corduroy shot failed.
It looked like Balor's shotgun kick.
I never laughed so much until I sent you guys the fucking voice note of me just laughing. Like, what the fuck was that? Oh man. Oh man. The best one is to watch Mick Foley laugh while he saw Vince take this whole shit. I was like,
the joy and the laughter that I heard coming from Mick Foley was like, what the fuck?
And before that happened, I was sitting on some Austin Theory just took the fucking Super Saiyan 7 level stunner because my man jumped over the top rope and landed on the floor with that
out of it.
And then Vince happened, and I was like, wow, we got both ends of the spectrum. The collapse and the fucking dive. Like, what the fuck happened?
Vince took a shotgun drop kick from a setup. He said, did Balor come out of nowhere and drop kick him?
Word. He's like, fuck it, I wear black tights.
Oh my God.
Damn, yo.
I just remember thinking, I was like, yo, no, Vince is finally gonna die in the ring. There it is.
I swear I thought the same thing.
I was like, yo, did Stone Cold just kill the owner? I go, the irony would have been like if Stone Cold does kill him. Think about it. You're like, this is gonna be a guy to kill Vince. Hey, Stone Cold.
Yeah. He wouldn't get charged. And then Pat McAfee on the ground drinking the beer like,
oh, that was dope. Yeah, he was on some.
That was great.
It's free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, a fan living the dream. A fan truly living the dream of every other wrestling fan who wants to have that WrestleMania moment. He lived it. And but man, the fact that he came out to the song, that's what set it up.
7 Army Nation, that was good.
That was great.
But match of the night for me, night 2 has to be Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, the Jackass match. Yeah, it's exactly what I expected. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yo, Lay, I don't know if you was hearing the voice notes, but Pro was like, "What's the difference between an Extreme Rules match and an Anything Goes match?" And then Wee Man comes out, it's like, "You can't have a midget in an Extreme Rules match." And then Sami Zayn kicks him. It's like, "You can't kick a midget in an Extreme Rules match." This is Anything Goes.
Yep.
This is truly Anything Goes.
Fucking Wee Man had his Hulk Hogan moment by fucking slamming Sami Zayn bodies. How you have Wee Man?
He had the pause. He was also
shout out to Sami Zayn for this whole entire match. He's beyond entertaining. Even when a lot of the fucking pranks that they had wouldn't even work properly, trying to figure this shit out, and he just stood there for the spots. Sami Zayn is a fucking gem, and we must protect him at all cost.
Hell yeah.
We must protect him at all cost.
He is the male version of Bianca's hair.
All right, I'll go with that.
Yes, we can't cut Sami Zayn, and you can't cut Bianca's hair. Lay had to take a break with that one.
Hey, don't leave me. No, don't leave me.
Lay went into his living room and was like, "Where the fuck is show at?"
Oh shit.
No, but yeah.
Done.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That was match of the night for you for night 2. Oh man. What started night 2?
Triple
by the
tag
way,
team match.
America the Beautiful. Great on night 2. What happened on night 1? I was so confused on how we were singing this. It wasn't uplifting. It sounded depressing.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, I really thought, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna put some feel into this, and it's just no. There was
America. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, are they drunk? Like,
I understand. You know what's the best part is that I understand we're in the great state of Texas, but they weren't even Texans.
Nope.
They were just country singers, and it just even those motherfuckers. Everybody at the what is this? This is America. Yeah. What? This makes me want to kill myself. What is Seriously. This? Can we just get to the first match?
And I was like, and then we gotta listen to fucking the national anthem after this. And then they went straight to wrestling. I was like, all right, maybe the national anthem's night 2. And then they did the American shit again, night 2. I was like, did I miss something? And my brother's like, yeah, they don't want nobody to kneel. Like, got you. Because nobody's kneeling for America the Beautiful.
By the way, I do want to say on night 1, as much as sometimes Rick Boogs plays Nakamura's song on SmackDown, we get kind of annoyed with it. I didn't know how much I needed that in my soul to hear it down a WrestleMania ramp. I didn't know how much I appreciated that, and I was like, oh my! And Bianca Belair's fucking here we go, drum roll.
Yep, the drum
line. We're doing the whole drum line and shit like that. I was like, oh shit! Oh, Nick Cannon out here somewhere we don't know.
You know, not for nothing. That would have been dope to see Nick Cannon with his diamond shoes and shit.
Chill. Chill.
I mean, they had everybody else.
Listen, nah. We're good. We're good. Bianca is just Bianca. All right.
Hey,
and the fact that they played her shit. Yo, stop. That's when are we gonna cut this umbilical cord between Dominic and his father? It needs to happen. Like yesterday, like last year. Like at this point, if he doesn't get it, Dominic honestly just needs to go to NXT. I feel Dominic needs to go to NXT. Like granted, he's been doing this his whole life, whatever. He's Rey Mysterio's son. I think if he goes to NXT, it will build up his character more.
He needs a whole new look. He can't look like I'm trying to be Rey Mysterio again. Skinny ass Ray.
Yeah.
But NXT Black and Gold, yes, he should have went down there and developed his character. NXT 2.0, I have no idea what the fuck's happening. I have
They can
no
put
idea
him
what's
with the
happening in NXT
fucking
2.0. That was the
they
worst
can
ever
turn him
takeover I've ever
heel.
seen.
You know what? I didn't see Takeover. I did not
anything.
see it. I would have liked to seen it. Eventually I'm going to. Why? Because I punish myself. Because I must. It's in my DNA, unfortunately, because I am a female. So
Hey, she said it, not us.
I'm just ballsy enough to admit to these things, folks.
Hey,
no, I do
why
want
she's
to
on
see it.
the show.
I think I started watching it. And there was a ladder match for the North American Championship. I saw my dude Cameron Grimes to the moon. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I did not see the women's tag team where Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai won it, and then I heard that they just lost it on Tuesday.
Yep. And Braun Breaker won the NXT title on Monday.
Yes, that I saw. I mean, I understand why Braun Breaker, because we want to put him on the main roster to get some light on him, shed some light on the new NXT 2.0. But for Toxic Attraction to win it back on NXT, it was not needed. Not if you were gonna do that turnaround. For that, they should have just remained champion. But title needs to change hands. But I think a lot of it comes with a change of direction with certain NXT superstars that are going to be called up, and I think Raquel Gonzalez is going to be called up. But if she get called up, she's going to get lost in the shuffle easily.
I was telling Leia earlier. I think the reason why they did that is because Toxic Attraction and Braun Breaker was going to get called up to WWE, because that's why they didn't win the title, so they lost the titles. And I think somebody was like, Braun Breaker's not ready to be on Raw. He's not catching nothing. And Toxic Attraction right now would be like the biggest thing on Raw. You know what I'm saying? With Mandy Rose and them there. But they would lose so much in NXT if they lost Toxic Attraction. Like, you're sacrificing a lot to bring up Toxic Attraction in the main roster and gaining very little. You know?
Yep.
Because Toxic Attraction is the biggest thing they got in NXT 2.0.
Yeah. Agreed. And now, we got Ciampa that's going to get that call up too, because we all saw. I saw the moment is going to be his last match, because he did that whole thing with Triple H, everything like that. I saw that. I didn't see the match itself. I would like to see the match because Ciampa always has good matches. But again, you're telling me it's a shit show, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it was mediocre. Like there was no part of that show that I was like, all right, let's do this. The ladder match, I was like, all right, I don't know. This is like watching the Abu Dhabi show. Like none of this mattered. It was probably too early for the wrestlers. Like, yo, we're not used to being up at 11 o'clock in the morning, so it's the best we got. But Tommaso Ciampa had that little segment with the chair the first night he was on NXT, and then April 2nd or April 4th or whatever. Like when the fuck was it? When
it was April 2nd. April 2nd. Yeah, April 2nd was the night. It was the night of Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, and I'm
sitting. So it had that date.
He would have been better to come on Raw than Braun Breaker, even though he'd been on Raw already. But I don't know. There's a lot of confusion going on.
He's gonna come back. It's just that I give it about another week. In all honesty, maybe on the next Raw, because it's not like he wasn't. Unless they're gonna just do months of video vignettes of him coming to Monday Night Raw.
Veer came to Raw.
I was so fucking disappointed in Veer. I was Ezekiel. What?
I thought it was Ezekiel Jackson before he walked out.
What?
Yeah. We mentioned that also. That color way for his tights don't go for his color skin. That doesn't work. His tights didn't work.
I need his beard back.
Yes.
He's
at least some stubble.
The
it's
whole
like
thing.
tan, pure
I'm
white.
greedy. You motherfuckers took it all away from me. I want it all back with his fucking guitar. All right. I listened to actually one of his songs on Spotify because I find it to be so fucking hilarious. And if I'm in a shitty mood, I put on a fucking song by Elias because that shit makes me laugh. All right.
Yeah, because we all know WWE stands for
Walk with Elias. This is what we do. We walk with Elias. Yes. What? We're not walking with him. We're running with him. They want us to run with him.
Yeah. They want us to run with that stupid ass story that he's his brother.
I'm dying because Kevin Owens goes, Elias? Kevin Owens is a horrible. So goes, Elias?
Yes.
I recognize you.
He thinks he's Superman.
Yeah, just less.
What happened to
someone
you?
Different.
What happened to you?
He's on some. You had a beard like mine before. What the hell?
Yeah, and it's beautiful. This is the perfect example of WWE's creative. We took a guy who had an original gimmick and made him mediocre. We went from someone who could stand independently from anyone else to the mid-card jobber. We turned Elias into the jobber. The guy who would sing in the thing and make fun of the town he was in to a jobber.
A guy who got over organically on his own.
Word.
To a jobber.
And from NXT, didn't stay long in NXT. Right? As a matter of fact, I barely saw him in any matches in NXT, if that. Yeah. All he was just a random ass guy strolling around in the back room with his guitar. Yeah. Like, oh, something's happening. This is amazing.
And they shave his beard.
Let's see. You know what? As shitty as this character change might be, I want to see him run with it. Let's see how far he can run with it and put it over. You know what? Fuck it. This is what they gave us, you rat bastards. I believe in the man that once was Elias. You're giving me Ezekiel. All right.
Yo, then he needs to have the Cobra as his finishing move.
No.
I'll buy it if they give him the Cobra. If he is the next Santino Marella.
Santino Marella, this motherfucker.
He needs to turn around. Speak normal. No. Speak normal to everybody and then go, John Cena. You have disrespected me for the last time. I need that from Ezekiel.
Yo, I love that. He goes, John Cena. And John Cena's like, what? Why are you so angry with me? What did I do to you?
Hello, John Cena.
John Cena. There was somebody else. It was Batista. What did he call Batista? It was like Bautista or something like that.
Bautista
or something like that. Batista's like, what? Wait, are you challenging me to a match? Yes, I have. Oh, okay. I didn't understand you real quick in the beginning.
He said he's the champion of the earth. When he was in the Continental Champion. The honkity man was in the Continental Champion for 472 days.
Yo, I remember in that limited chamber where I thought he was going to win it.
Yeah.
They had me, man. I was like, oh, Santino's going to win this.
And the Royal Rumble, too.
Yep.
Him and Alberto Del Rio. Or did they make the wrong choice?
Yep.
Oh, Look at this fucking guy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. The network proudly brings you the no-show or show up late, and he's not even in his fucking chair when he gets in this fucking thing. He's not even in his fucking chair.
Walk away late.
The man, the myth, the ghost, the legend, Mr. Shownuff is not in the building.
That's the Raw general manager.
Yes.
The GM.
Yes, the anonymous Raw general manager has showed up.
Someone just put it over my head. Oh man.
He joins the chat, but he's not in the building.
Yeah, but he
there he goes.
Oh!
There he goes.
Shades on, man. You're making it weird.
He just ruined his couch. He had music playing.
He had Triple H's music.
Oh shit! Good thing. Now we got copyrighted.
My bad. It's okay.
That was for you. We acknowledge you. And then he leaves. And then he leaves.
I'll pay for it.
Pay for what?
For the copyright infringements.
Oh, they don't charge us, show. They kick us off the air. Asshole.
Delete the video off.
All right.
What? We live.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
We don't get you over.
Listen here, traditions. We're live.
Yeah.
He said, no, we're live.
Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Yo, let me get it again. Can I get it again? Nah, we live.
Nah, we live.
I had half the brain that you what? Stop talking. Go away.
Yeah. Who's the guy next to you? You with the wires. Come over here and say this promo for him, please. Show, what's going on, man?
What's going on, my people? I had to rush home because all this shit y'all was talking. Charlotte, my baby Charlotte. Y'all know my baby Charlotte. Don't touch her. Y'all
Wait, we wanted your baby Charlotte to wrestle your baby Charlotte?
No, you wanted Bailey.
He was so confused.
Why y'all putting good people against my baby? You're trying to get her beat?
We don't want
because it will make good storylines. That's why.
No, I agree.
You'll get the title off her.
I just don't want Bailey to win, you know. Like.
We want everybody wants Bailey to win.
You don't want the better wrestler entertainer to win?
And that would show. And that would show everybody.
Wow.
No, I ain't gonna lie. It's good for wrestling if Bailey was to win and actually be somebody that could wrestle and put other people over if she needs to, or make other people look good if she has to. That's about it. Charlotte can't do that. Obviously, we saw that in WrestleMania. She can't make Ronda Rousey look good. So if Bailey was the champion, she would have did something. She would have did some inflatable doll shit, like Okada. Wasn't it Okada that fought an inflatable doll and looked more entertaining than Ronda Rousey?
That was Kenny Omega. No, that Kenny Omega and
Kota Ibushi.
That was Kota Ibushi.
Okay.
Okada's the Rainmaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ibushi.
Yeah. But all right, Joe, can you acknowledge me now? Because I remember last year when we were talking about Ronda Rousey, I said there was one person that made her look good, and she was the best female wrestler on the roster. And you said, no, my baby Charlotte. Can we speak about this now, Show? Are you ready to admit your wrongdoings, your sins?
Listen, I'm a man.
To the Church of the Knuckleheads?
I could admit when my baby Charlotte is like Edge. You got to put her with somebody that got to help, drag her around in the dance. She needs a dance partner. She can't do the solo shit. She can't go out there and do a Susie Q. She can't dance out there.
She said she needs dance to
She can't do nothing by herself. No. We need, she's not like Bailey. Bailey's a superstar. Bailey doesn't need a dance partner. Like I said,
but
she made Ronda look great.
Acknowledge the woman I was talking about, Joe.
Sasha Banks is a great, awesome wrestler. One of the best in the world.
Thank you.
There you go.
Now, I swear to God, I thought you said she needs Down syndrome, and I was about to be like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" But you said dance partner, so I was like, "All right." The Dominican came out you real quick.
Nah, she does need it. She's like, hey, she needs a dance partner. I can't believe y'all didn't like that Edge fight with AJ Styles. AJ Styles did a hell of a job trying. He did plenty
That
of
don't make it
flips
a good.
and McFlips and shit to make it look spectacular.
That don't make it a good match.
And Edge came out his shell. He looked a lot better than he did with other people. He did different stuff. I think over criticizing that match right there. And definitely Cody Rhodes. That's match of the year right there. Wow.
I have a question. I have a question for the chat.
My bad.
No.
I'm gonna start it up.
Yo, Jay, Cabs, and whoever that guy was, and RP walking. Was show with y'all when y'all was getting smacked?
Oh shit.
I have to know. I have to know.
Oh
shit.
You sounding some other shit right now. So, but go ahead, please give us your analysis. This is beautiful.
I really enjoyed that Cody and Seth match. Yeah, I might disagree. That was my. I thought they stole it. To me.
I wouldn't say. I would say that Cody had one of the best entrances of coming back because he is Dusty's boy. I will say that. Might be an unpopular opinion. I actually like the fucking song that he comes out to.
Yeah, I'm surprised they used the song.
Well, I mean, it's his. He's been using it way before even AEW, so it is like it's his song.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Just like the Hardys.
And yeah, no. But there's a difference. Again, it is like the Hardys, and it's not. It is because they just save it for WrestleMania. The difference is that we knew this time around. As before, we didn't know shit about the Hardys. We joked about it, as just fans. I imagine the Hardys come. Head that will never happen. But imagine, and then they actually fucking go like, holy shit, they came out. Everybody jizzed. All right, that was amazing. Cody, we knew. That's it. And Homelander came home, and there you go. Gave a very heartfelt promo, and then Kevin Owens decided to super kick him, and then Young Bucks him, which was awesome. You also see that? That was great. And it was even better to see the Young Bucks basically say, "Yo, what up, Kev?" on their Twitter account.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, props to Kevin Owens. As the Sami Zayn match was going on, he was talking about this match is great. Giving props to his best friend. You always love to see that kind of shit. Boys supporting their friends supporting each other. That was dope. He was on Twitter talking about, you guys gotta watch this match. This match is amazing. So props to Kevin Owens for always being Kevin. Never changing.
Yeah. That match was good. It bothered me when some of the traps, like the big ass mouse trap, and I'm like, yo.
Didn't want to
I am not gonna lie. If it would have snapped the correct way and if he would have got the pin 1, 2, 3, I would have been content. Like, all right, cool. That was funny. But because it took so long and the way it kind of looked so sloppy, I felt a little lackluster with that very ending. I'm like, okay, come on, y'all. Like,
I agree.
Yeah. He should have grabbed it. He's like, fuck that, and pulled it back and then snapped it on him. But it was entertaining.
That shit on him.
Now, show that match was entertaining. I don't know what you was watching with Edge and AJ Styles.
Both matches without the wrestlers were entertaining, bro. My man did. I got two spots. My man Knoxville did a tornado DDT off the top rope. Oh,
he used the word tornado, right?
Okay,
that's props to that one.
There's no spinneroonies.
There's no inverted upside down flip. Which to describe what Becky did to Bianca off the top rope would have been right. The inverted Molly Holly drop kick. to the face. Becky did to Bianca.
Yo,
You gotta
that
have a
shit
segment
looked.
where you got a bell or
Yo,
wrong.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but as soon as Becky did that fucking botchy ass move, she went right up to her and she was like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, yeah.
She's like, "I'm so sorry." Like she knew she fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and we
it's
all saw that
she
like
knows
right
Bianca
in the
could probably
face.
Bianca could probably snap her in half easily. So she was like, "Yo, listen,
Word.
before you kill me, my bad.
Yeah, word.
I didn't mean to hit you like that.
Seriously.
So
And
don't break me when you pick me up for the KOD, because I
please.
weigh nothing to you."
Yeah. And
Oh,
she'll snap it back.
Bianca's smart. Bianca's smart. She's gonna wait till the eye heals up, and then she's gonna get her receipt.
Yep.
Mhm.
She's gonna whip her with
Oh
that
yeah,
hair.
the receipt is coming. It's gonna be.
You're gonna
official.
whip her with that fucking hair.
No,
Can't cut that
I
hair.
think the receipt is gonna be a nice one to the face.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have another Nia Jax moment.
Oh,
So
she's
Nah.
not gonna forearm her to the voice box again.
gonna crush it.
Yeah, the question. Yo, show to respond to what you said. I already have a sound bite that I'm gonna install for you.
For you, every
Just for
time I fuck
you.
up? Okay, I
Yeah, just for you. Remember Hollywood Squares? There goes a little hint. I know Lay knows about that.
like
Center Square. Yeah.
nice. Now we ready. You see?
Yeah. They got you. All right, real quick, because we got 15 minutes left. I want to get into two things. Roman and Brock and Samoa Joe's Now All Elite.
Roman and Brock was a shit show.
Lackluster.
Black.
Can't believe lackluster.
Lackluster.
You're talking about anybody
I
else.
am using that now.
Yeah. It was like a lock with no luster in it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
I honestly expected F5s. I thought a lot more spears. But did Roman really got his fucking shoulder out of socket? Because I saw pictures where it looks a little weird on certain angles. I don't know if I saved it or liked it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Everything looked like the tricep.
His shoulder.
Yeah.
And then he had to pop it back in place. But then I feel like that's a work at the same time.
I do also.
So it just a lot of build up for nothing. Brock wasn't at the show. You know, we the ones.
Is it me? Oh, I'm beginning to really dislike Brock Lesnar's wrestling. He was good before. Now he's turning into
one dimension.
Suplex, punch, suplex, punch, suplex, punch. F5. 1, 2, 3.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
It's so boring.
That's the match, yeah.
And you can't give another wrestler nothing with that. Okay, I'm gonna let you suplex me 5 times, but that's boring. What? Like there's nothing I can reverse. There's nothing can't do nothing spectacular to that. Like, okay, I'll take it. You're gonna make us boring, bro. Like, can we dance another song? The same, like every time they get ready to dance, you put the same fucking song. Boom, boom, pop. Boom, boom,
yeah, no, I feel you. And this is me and Lay was mentioning that earlier this in the podcast. I was saying like, yo, all right, the true story of this match should have been when Seth Rollins did that whole "I'm gonna be the Shield" shit to get in the mind of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns goes, "Nah, son, God mode. All you did was reminding me I owed you one," and he fucks up Seth Rollins. Then Brock Lesnar comes out. I was like, "Yo, bro, you're the same Brock Lesnar. I'm God mode. You're on beast mode. I'm on God mode. We're on 2 different levels, bro. That should have been the story." And then Brock would have came in with his wrestling, his UFC shit, and changed the way he wrestled. And be honest, you wasn't ready for the real Brock Lesnar. And Roman goes, "Nah, son, I've been ready for him. I know all about your UFC career. I'm on God mode." And that's how the match should have went. But not suplex. Shit, my shoulder. All right, let's spear me. And we're out.
Agreed.
The spear into the Kimura was a good spot for me.
They're saying that's when he dislocated his shoulder.
I was a little
Which at that point, I'm like, yo, I did not see no real pain in Roman's face. So my man is a G. Hardcore Holly ain't got shit on Roman if that's what happened.
And you didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear no.
Yep, none of that. Brock was still like, yeah, trying to rip his arm off. And Roman's like, all right, nigga, whatever you want. It's
Roman
already
never
broke.
turned to him like, my shoulder's broken, bro. Yeah.
My man did my man, relax a little. It's really fucked up.
My nigga.
Unless Brock is that much of a professional, boom, his shoulder dislocated. Let me pop it back in for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless, Brock got a doctor in that we don't know about. Like, click, nope, dislocated, click, clack. You're good, brother. Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Break down the footage here and not get sued. Break down the footage, run it back. You see?
It was at this moment Roman knew he fucked up.
The one move that's not a fucking suplex, and you broke my shoulder, you idiot. You only know how to do one thing. Dislocated my whole shit. Suplex, I'm good. You did it to everybody. John Cena, good. One little fucking Kimura.
That's it.
Do the
Fuck it up for everybody. Now you wish he was doing just suplexes, huh, show?
My bad. I should have never said nothing at the meeting. That's Roman. Go ahead. So my boy, I forgot you got 15 minutes.
No, it's all good, bro. But yeah, the most hyped match of the night, of the weekend. And
and it got outshined by Johnny Knoxville.
Word.
And Wee Man. And Party Man.
Wee Man is the hero. Wee Man, Wee Man and that fucking stunner is something we're gonna remember for the rest of our lives.
I agree.
Vince McMahon's stunner. Oh man, he looked like Goldberg when he got tased.
I like how he just dropped like his leg broke.
Oh, that wasn't on purpose, yo.
I know.
The balls of Austin's feet barely touched Austin, and Vince lost balance and died. He bounced off the rope. If the rope wasn't there, he'd have fell out the ring and just died, son.
Did he do the convulsions? Like he used to do?
He tried, but he was just laughing. Like Austin was laughing his ass off. Austin was drunk already, but Vince was the one that was inebriated.
Before I forget, the Austin, there was a point in the match right before KO gave him a stunner where he's drinking. Was it me? Did he look like he was getting sick? Because he was drinking. And then he started fighting. Yeah, he was like, whoop. And then he was like trying to catch his breath. And that's when the stunner came in. And then he caught his breath on the floor. But it looked like, if y'all go back, it looked like he was about to die, bro. Right before the stunner. Like it was a bad.
Yeah, so no, I noticed that like within his matches while he was drinking and everything like that, as he's moving around, he's drinking it, but he's also spitting it kind of back out.
Yeah.
He's not really drinking it. And but that's the thing with Austin. He drinks a lot of it, he kind of chugs it, but most of it gets spills everywhere else.
Yep.
You know? But yeah, throughout the match I've noticed that. Like he was just like kind of getting he was just like kind of. He wasn't really drinking it or whatever case may be. But yeah. Maybe.
No, I've noticed a lot of shit from Austin. Yeah, I noticed a lot of shit from Austin, but you gotta remember, the last match was 19 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And out of respect for Stone Cold, and because Kenny hasn't mentioned John Cena once this whole night, I'm not gonna hold that against Austin. Austin, that was literally a one and done for us. Whatever, yo, that suplex to the fucking concrete that he took. Yo, you don't need to do nothing else, player. Because when he got up in the air and landed on the ground, me and my brother were like, "Oh shit, you killed Austin! You killed Austin! He's never gonna do it again. You killed him, you son of a bitch!" I was looking at flights. KO, you're done. You fucked up. You're done.
Fucked up now.
You don't suplex Austin.
You kidding me? Though he wouldn't have been able to leave Texas. All right.
Yo, word. You fucking killed me.
But yeah, no. My heart dropped down to my ass when I was like, oh shit. But I saw Austin get right back up, and I'm like, okay, we're good. Not for nothing. It wasn't the match of the night, and we all knew it could be a match, and we said how it was going to be. The only way it was going to happen is that if on the KO show he says, yo, what's good? I want a match. And then they get a referee, and that's exactly what they end up doing. Yeah. And as a fan, especially from like the Attitude Era of Austin 316 and The Rock, and it's just it's a bit of nostalgia basically coming right back. And we all knew you can't be a fan and not know that Austin was gonna fucking win. KO, basically a lot of his WrestleMania matches were basically having one-on-ones with the guys from the Attitude Era. Yep. And this is just like kind of an icing on the cake. You know, is Stone Cold Steve Austin in Texas. And he was like, basically, what he said, I started my career in Dallas, Texas. I guess it's only fitting that I ended here in Dallas, Texas. And sure, we're going to fight all around the arena. And that is dope. To still be able to go around all around the arena and fight and drink beer and take suplexes and still fucking hang in there. And then still give fucking Owens a stunner after we all thought he was going to die after Owens gave him a stunner first. That was crazy. It was still a feel-good moment that you're like, all right, and Austin wins. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. It was still entertaining.
Yeah.
Now.
And my man still got hands. He be catching those beers.
Yeah. I do disagree with you on one thing, though, Gigi. You said it was a match of the night. For me, emotionally, I was back to 1999, baby. Stone Cold against was it Triple? No, it was The Rock. When they went around the ring. That was like The Rock. That was like Stone Cold thing. Whipping people's ass around the ring.
Yep.
Because I remember him doing that. I was right back. I was young. I was a little kid. You should have heard me. Oh, my wife was looking at me like, you dummy. Like, I didn't know it was going to be a fight. I was lost. I'm like, okay, they was just going to talk. I'm like, this is going to be boring. They brought him to say,
no, it was going to be the main event. Once it hit the main event, you knew it was going to be a fucking fight. They don't bring Austin for a main event for a fucking talk show.
True.
And a main event. And the fact is that Austin was the main event, but none of the women's titles were part of the main event. Since, after all, both titles were being defended on night 2 for Raw and SmackDown to be a unified title.
Yeah.
Wasn't Ronda upset at that? That she was supposed
apparently that was the rumor, but she said that wasn't the case. Because there was a rumor saying that she was upset that she
Ronda Rousey was upset that she wasn't in the main event.
Yep. She tweeted out that she was honored that she came before Austin or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't give a shit about Ronda. If we're gonna be honest with you, and if Ronda and Charlotte would have ended night 1, bro, we wouldn't have talked about night 1. I'm just gonna say it. Like, I wouldn't have said nothing. Just like how when AEW fought Rollins.
If it was any women's title, it would have been Bianca Belair and Becky. If you out of the two, and the only thing is that Ronda Rousey is a fucking name, but nah, the feud wasn't there, and the feud continued on. Like if you think about it, haircut. Supposedly, let's see, Bianca put Becky on the shelf on a week. She went to the hospital. Then, following that, we got somebody else in the hospital because of the, voice box. And then we got a pair of scissors. So that adds up. We're just going to cut some hair. And then we got a kick to the face because we're just going to continue to just build this up. And now we have a black and blue eye.
Yep.
This was quite an intense feud between two women. that just kind of got put together because we didn't have Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So beyond that,
how would y'all rate this WrestleMania? It's not one of its best, but it wasn't the
I'll
worst.
give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.
It was.
You know why? At least we had celebrities, but we didn't have a random celebrity singing in the middle of WrestleMania, and I can appreciate that.
Concert. Yeah. I appreciate no concert in this WrestleMania.
Word. Concerts suck at WrestleMania.
Word. I'm not here.
Speaking from experience, concerts kind of suck at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I'm not here to watch nobody fucking sing.
You
Unless it's Lillian Garcia. Like, I don't give a shit what star you got out there. Like, if Snoop, walk out with your cousin and do her entrance, beautiful. But don't do none of this other shit. I don't want no NWA.
Now performing on stage.
Yeah, fuck that.
Diddy.
Yeah,
what?
Fuck that.
Wait, we're in Texas. Hold up. It would have been like Dixie Chicks or some shit like that.
So you could have the weekend and Monday, Tuesday, and any other day of the week. I don't want them there. I don't want them there.
The weekday, the weekend.
Yeah, the nighttime, the morning, none of that.
Oh my God, it was so annoying to hear that song go over and over again. I was so over it. Why?
Word.
I wonder how much they're paying them. Because that's the second time. They did that in Dubai, I think, with the Crown Jewel. Take my breath.
Probably. I don't watch the house shows, so.
I forgot.
Yo, you said Samoa Joe is all elite.
Yes. I wanted to get into that also.
My bad. Go ahead.
Yo, he's looking good. He looked like he lost some weight. Like he's looking like TNA Ring of Honor Samoa Joe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And then for him to kind of premiere at the Ring of Honor Super Show.
Yes.
Supercard show. Like that was something. And to hear everybody say Joe, I was like, oh my God. Yes.
And he said it too. He's like, I'm here to collect all the titles, Ring of Honor and AEW. And he's giving a purpose to Jay Lethal being in AEW.
Yep.
That I was like, finally, Sanjay Dutt to see his ass there too. It was like, okay, we getting something now. But yeah, I think Samoa Joe in AEW is a fucking thing. Is a dope thing.
What was that record he had in RH? He was the champion for the longest or something?
He was the longest Ring of Honor champion.
And what is he, like 600 and something days? And Jay Lethal tried to break it but he failed at 400.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think 400 something, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jay Lethal just happened to be the TV and World Heavyweight champ, so.
That's true.
And it's funny because now Wheeler's a pure champion, so that's going to make it
interesting. Yeah. It's going to make things interesting.
And the match between the Bucks and FTR. Fucking stellar, man. Oh, man.
Oh, that was so good to watch.
WWE doesn't want to promote this kind of action? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
By the way, crazy that FTR is the babyface now.
Right?
They're the babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then imagine when Bret Hart decides to join them.
Yo, and props to Wheeler for like having all the babyface mannerism when he was getting his ass beat. I didn't even know they knew how to be babyfaces. They've been heels their whole career.
Mm-hmm.
they just crammed. They did what Tony Stark did in Avengers 1. It's like, when did you become an expert on gamma radiation? They gave us the pamphlet.
Last night.
Yeah. It's like, when did you learn how to become babyfaces? Last night.
I just watched a Rockers match and just copied Shawn Michaels. That's all I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not hard. Smile, wave, and act like you're hurt.
I love the fact that they did the knees and then they kissed the Adam Cole because that shit had me dying.
Yes. That was dope. Show, what do you think about Samoa Joe? You had The look on your face.
I never seen him in RH, but from the tales of his championship and all that, I feel like he's where he belongs. He's back home, basically. He's about to run the show without having to be in the main show yet. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't need to fight for the title
Yeah.
that Adam Page has. I could take over all this shit over here and then look at Adam Page like, what's good?
Yeah.
If even Adam Page is the champion by then.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
For Samoa Joe, sign me up right now.
Oh my God, bro. Yo, can I say something? And correct me if I'm wrong, but the show just said Samoa Joe is home now. Samoa Joe is one of the very few talents that no matter where the fuck he's at, he looks like he's home.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he was home in WWE. I'm not gonna lie to you. My man makes himself comfortable wherever the fuck he's at.
Yep.
And there's not a lot of people that can do that shit neither.
I agree. Yeah. The same, but come in there, and even when this dude making fun of him.
Those bars.
Great rap. That was a great rap.
Yeah.
Max Caster's rap on Samoa Joe was fucking fire this week. Yo.
It's funny because Joe was like, yeah,
it's true.
Yeah. No, it's true. And then he's like, not bad.
Now I'm gonna fuck you up.
Now you get no offense in, and I'm a muscle buster.
No, but then he also dances while he's in the corner, like, do his thing,
I was telling Cole, like, yo, when Samoa wants to be, he's hilarious.
Yes.
Like when he told Jeff, he was like, hey, this is an AA meeting, not everybody shares. Shut up. I was like, oh, that was bad. I was fucked up. But you're right.
Word. Yeah, that was Samoa Joe's the man with that shit. Yeah.
And in the match itself with Max Caster, was actually really good too. It wasn't just the rap. It was the match itself that they used. The whole flow of it. Let's just see where it goes now.
Yeah.
Because they always bring these guys in 3-4 weeks later. We get lost in the shuffle. We're getting a lot of top names.
Well, right now he's got Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
So let's see how long they go with that.
Going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, am I wrong for saying that was the first muscle buster we've seen since Tyson Kidd?
No, you're right.
Okay.
It was banned in the WWE.
Okay. So show's confused. Samoa Joe hit Tyson Kidd with a muscle buster and it broke Tyson Kidd's neck and he ended his career.
Damn.
Yeah. But I don't think it was the move itself. I think it was one of those things like Tyson Kidd's neck was already probably fucked up and just that was the straw that broke
the one last back. It was the one last bump his body could take.
Yeah.
The position and the timing.
Yeah.
Did he
sit on it?
Yeah. What'd you say, Sean?
Did he sit on it or he slammed him on his neck?
He slammed him on the top of his back. Like it showed the blades, but I think like if you see it, you look at it and be like, it didn't look like he broke his neck, but it hurt him. Okay. It didn't look like there was anything wrong with what happened, but it just so happened to like the same thing with Rey Mysterio. When Rey Mysterio was in Mexico, he did a 619 to one of the wrestlers and decapitated him.
Killed him.
Yep.
Did he kill him?
Yeah, he killed him. Yeah. But it was just that his neck was so brittle from all the wrestling that he did that anything would have just severed the neck.
That's crazy. I've been thinking about that when I see the double 619 and all that shit. I'm like, these people are gonna double kill somebody.
No, it wasn't the move, show. Because if it was the move, he would never have done it again.
Yeah.
Like the pile drivers, like that shit was taking people's necks and people stopped using it. Like they just now starting to bring that shit back.
Well, because the people don't know how to do it.
Yeah. So next week Dynamite, we got Adam Cole and Adam Page in the Texas Death
Match?
Yes.
Texas Death Match. Yep.
Do you think this is gonna end the feud, and do you think Adam Page is gonna win the title?
I think it's gonna be a very bloody match.
I think
that's where I'm at.
And then they'll have their match at All In.
Okay.
All Out. I forget. But the next pay-per-view they'll have their match. All Out, right?
Yeah, because All In was the NWA and Ring of Honor.
So the All Out they'll have I feel like Adam will somehow in a deck in that match will cheat with Red Dragon.
Yeah.
Possibly win it, and then they'll have their match at thing at All Out.
Okay. So it's not gonna end the feud.
No, it'll continue because to end it on TV is fucking weird. Not at a pay-per-view, and All Out is one of your bigger pay-per-views.
Yeah. Well, they ended Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa on TV.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just say no.
We won't do that.
True.
We understand why, because it's her hometown.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it shouldn't have been done on the fucking pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because that's where the big payout is at, right? It's at a pay-per-view. You know, imagine if there was a conversation between Tony Khan. He was like, "Would you like to win at the pay-per-view or at your hometown?" And she would have been like, "I win it in my hometown."
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine that, and then that would suck. Because if you ask me, I was like, "I'm winning at the pay-per-view, and I'm gonna defend it, and I'm gonna still win."
Word.
That way, they don't think it's a fluke.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it would never. No one would ever say that with given the work that Thunder Rosa has put in the ring.
Absolutely.
But that's always going to be something that a heel would say. You know, Britt Baker, it was a fluke. You just won that because you got lucky. You're not better than me. It's a Dr. Britt Baker heel move anyway.
Nah, seriously. Yo, we're gonna end the show, but I want to end the show on this note. The perfect place to have a Texas death match. New Orleans.
In Texas?
New Orleans. It's in New Orleans. Perfect place to have a Texas death match. And on that note, everybody, it's your friendly neighbor. I'm just saying because they're gonna be in New Orleans next week and they're having a Texas death match.
No,
they didn't have the Texas death match in Texas, where Thunder Rosa won her title. Doing it in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Right. Still in the South.
Is it really?
Yo, let's red velvet it and stir it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just get your brains running, because they're in New Orleans doing a Texas death match.
Wait, is Adam Cole from Texas?
I think Adam Cole's from like Pittsburgh or some shit like that. I don't know.
Not Adam Cole. Hangman Page. Sorry, I got my wrong Adams.
I think he might be from Texas. I don't know. He does that cowboy shit, so he got to be from one of those.
He's from Virginia, Halifax, Virginia.
Bruh. No.
What the fuck are we having a Texas story then? Wait, I'm so confused. Why are you mind fucking us like this, Toe? That's not right.
Yeah. And Adam Cole is from PA.
He's what?
He's from PA.
Shit.
Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh, right? He's from
okay. Listen, I got my wrong Adams. I normally go for Adam Cole, baby. Okay, not Hangman Page. Yeah. Oh man.
So the only significance I can see for a Texas death match is because the rule is you need to get a pin and your opponent now needs to answer the 10 count. So I have to pin you and then that goes into a 10 count. And if you can't answer the 10 count, you lose.
I'm glad you clarified. I thought it was knock you out.
So pretty much a last man standing match.
Yeah,
it's a pinning last man standing match.
I didn't know that. Good shit.
Okay.
Yes. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. To steal a line from Bruce Almighty. And on that note, everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out.